Hello, everybody. Happy Liberation Day. It is Juneteenth. We are being our blackest self today. If you are not black, be excited for us being our blackest selves today. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Candace, your host. This is Magnificent Juneteenth. Thank you so much to Kay and David of Chaotic Wholesome for allowing us to do this wonderful, wonderful game here. Thank you to Jason, Domo Jason on Twitter for all of the beautiful art and this fantastic overlay. And thank you the most to my GM and my players. Y'all are just outstanding. I honestly don't even believe that you're here. I'm still waiting for like something terrible to happen. Like I'm in front of the class and I'm naked or something. It's coming. Eventually I'm gonna go, oh no, this is real and we're fine. And then I'll freak out and it'll be fine. It'll be okay. Today we are raising money for Black and Pink, a nonprofit that seeks to aid Black and Brown LGBTQIA people who are or have been incarcerated and completely abolish and overhaul our disgusting American prison system. As a lot of you guys probably know, queer and trans Black people are at a higher risk of being incarcerated. It affects us disproportionately, and it can impact everyone's life moving forward. So we're really passionate about trying to offer assistance to that underserved community. I'm a Black, queer, and trans individual, and it's really important to me to try to rectify that. All of us deserve to be happy and be able to live our most authentic lives, and Black and Pink helps people do that. We have some fantastic sponsors today. We've got Black-owned dice aficionado and extraordinaire creator Whitney smoking glue guns. She has been so kind as to donate a chaos set, a full set of polyhedral dice to one lucky winner. We also have a $25 gift card to Critical Hit Cookies. Thank you so much for also donating to the Tiltify. In our second half, we will be giving away a $25 gift card to Friday Afternoon Tea, and then a $50 gift card to Die Hard Dice. A lot of people chose to both give items for the donations as well as just contribute directly to the Tiltify, which just warms my heart so much. I'm so thankful. Y'all have to be present to win, so please stick around. I can't imagine you wanting to leave this table. Like, look at these people. They're fantastic. Right now, we are up to $1,590 in our Tiltify. Have absolutely smashed our original goal of $500. We just keep like inching it up and inching it up. Can we get to 2K? Is there a way that we can get to 2K? Like maybe?
Yes.
I think we could do it. Right? On Juneteenth? Like, please.
Yeah.
Our redeems tonight, for $10, you get a +1 die to anybody that you want at the table. For $20, you get a resolve point. For $30, you get an impression from one of the players. I have a little dish. I will fish my little mitten in here, and I will pull out something, and I will give it to whoever you want to do a ridiculous accent. For $45, we have a paradox roll. For $60, the GM will decide on a help or a hindrance. For $75, we've got a player monologue. Just tell us who you want, and if they are open to it, they'll take it away. For $100, you will be able to play a session with me. A seat at my table that I'll be running offline. And then for $150, I will write you a parody song of your choice. You can give me as much or as little information as you want, and I will write you a parody song and even send it to you on ukulele. So please be generous if you can. If you can't donate right now, that's okay. Thank you for supporting us and being here with us anyway. Please ask your friends to come who do have money. That's what I do. When I don't have money, I'm like, hey, you've got a good job. Get in this fucking chat. So please do that. And oh my gosh, really? Thank you, Cypher. Wow. Oh goodness. With that, let's have Jeremy take it away and introduce this awesome game.
All right. Thank you, Candace. And thank you. I'm so excited to get to play with all of you. I don't think I've gotten to play with almost any of you before. So I'm very, very excited. This is the first TTRPG that I ever played in my whole dang life. Over 10 years ago now. And I am very, very excited to get to share it. And actually, shout out to the creator of the game, who I believe is in chat. Everybody say hi to Taylor. Everybody just say hi, Taylor.
Hello, Taylor.
Yeah. Taylor's a buddy of mine. We went to college together, and he did a fantastic job making this system. So everybody, what we're about to play is Paradox Perfect, a completely zany, unhinged, out of control time travel TTRPG. We will tell you essentially how to play the game as we play it. And we only have about 3 hours, so let's go ahead and jump on in and begin with Paradox Perfect. We do not begin with pre-made characters. Oh, no, 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 no. We do not begin with a pre-made world. No, 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 no. We make them now. So, everyone, I'm going to read you. This is for the players. I'm going to read you all a future template right now, a list of future templates, that is. And I need for you all to tell me which one you would like to pick. This will determine what your future is. They are in order. Aquaterra, which is sort of, each one sort of corresponds to a general sci-fi subgenre. So Aquaterra would be like your water world type post-apocalyptic future. Cyberpunk, post-nuclear, space opera, overgrown, which is sort of like a post-apocalyptic except where things have grown over instead of it being like a Mad Max sort of future. Draconian dystopia, which is sort of a 1984 situation. Nuclear winter, which is sort of like a very cold but festive Viking scenario. Silicon Shores, which is basically WALL-E, where it's a trash planet. And actually, I think yeah, that's all of them. Did any of those jump out at you all?
I don't like the trash planet because I don't want any roaches. WALL-E has so many roaches, and I can't.
Wow.
The one.
We'll cross that one out.
It's
Like I
one
said,
too many.
Too many.
I like Cyberpunk, but that's just because I want to say stupid Cyberpunk things.
I want
that's
Cyberpunk because gotta pay homage to Mike.
That's true. I'm into Cyberpunk.
Let's
Yeah,
do
I'm
it.
down for that.
Cyberpunk it is. The tagline for this is, the stronger the capitalist overlords, the better the underground music scene. So, here's what we're going to do. I need, and we're going to go around the circle here. We're going to go around, let me look at the layout that we have. Okay, we're going to go around the chat circle, so which means we're going to start with Tanya. Tanya,
Yeah.
I need from you, please, an adjective, specifically a corporate adjective.
Every corporate speak word I knew just went right out of my head. Paradigm.
Paradigm. Okay. That's just, I think that's a noun, but you know what? We're gonna use it as an adjective for our purposes.
Well, it's a shift. Could be a shift.
It could, yeah, that's true. Paradigm shift. Yeah, I'll put
Paradigm shift, correct. Thank you. So I was like, I heard that word too much.
It's true. Adjective 1. Okay, moving further. Candace, going clockwise. Candace, I need from you an adjective for electronic. An electronic adjective.
Electronic adjective.
So like electric, sparky, anything like that. An adjective that you might associate with an electronic.
Let's do transformative.
Transformative. Okay. Next up, we have. I need Zach. Zach, could you please hit me with a? I need a useful adjective, like an adjective that pertains to usefulness. So, for example, resourceful. Another one could be would it be convenient? That's another one.
Is dual wielding something?
Dual wielding, I guess. You know, I'm gonna put it. Let's see how it fits.
Okay, thank you, and I apologize in advance.
All right. Look, there's no apology necessary. The weirder, the better. Lexi, yes. I need from you a godlike adjective.
Divine.
Divine. Perfect. Moving on, we're going to nouns now. Danielle, could you please give me a noun that pertains to fashion?
Ooh, buckle.
Buckle. Beautiful. That brings us back up, I believe, to Tanya. Tanya, could you please give me a noun that pertains to Japanese or Japan? This is cyberpunk, after all.
I know. And every word I know just is in Japanese. So that's not going to be useful.
Anime.
Oh God, not anime.
I feel like you should be able to use sugoi if you want to.
If you want to use a Japanese noun.
Bochi bochi. B-O-C-H-I, B-O-C-H-I.
Okay.
It's like so-so.
All right. Let's find out how that fits in. Okay, that brings us to Candace. Candace, I need an ideal noun.
An ideal?
Yeah. I think in this case, it would be a noun that describes an ideal.
Hmm. Black-centric.
Black-centric. Sounds good to me. And then for the next one, Zach, I need a noun that describes a human rights activist. It could actually be the name of a human rights activist, I believe, if you wanted.
Interesting. Ooh. You know, can we say Asada? Is that all right?
Okay. Asada.
Yes.
There we go. That brings us down to Lexi. Lexi, we're going verbs now. Lexi,
Right.
I need a verb that pertains to action. Like an action, not just like a regular, but like not just like, I think in this case it would be like action oriented, almost like an action movie.
Okay. So a verb,
Yeah. So something like run.
backflip.
Okay.
It's got to be backflip.
Perfect. Backflip. I need Danielle. I need a verb that pertains to like it's a passionate verb.
Ooh, exclaim.
Exclaim. All right. Tanya, I need an illegal verb.
Illegal verb.
Like-
Stealing.
Steal. Okay. Perfect. And finally, Candace, I need a punk verb.
Oh.
Thrash, headbang, mosh.
I think Mosh is the one I'm gonna go with, yeah.
Okay, cool. That brings us to the actual lore dump. So everybody, and by the way, I will drop all of these into the chat because we need all of these terms. So everybody check the chat. This is going to be important later. But right now, let's find out what your lore dump is. This is the cyberpunk lore dump written by the creator of the game, Taylor. Here we go. In the not-so-distant future, the globe-spanning Bochi Bochi Corporation, initially known for its monopoly on neon designer buckles, successfully automated the workforce by manufacturing, what would this be? By manufacturing dual-wielding androids to replace human labor. When it was discovered that some of these androids had gained sentience after a group of them were caught after a group of them were caught moshing, the blade backflippers were hired to hunt them down. No one is quite sure why they're called that. Androids were often referred to by humans by the term transformatives. This is now considered an extremely derogatory and offensive slur, and I'm sorry we had to repeat it for this example. The most prominent speaker of the android liberation movement was a sentient artificial intelligence often criticized for appropriating rhetoric from past human civil rights activists, especially when it named itself after Asada. The movement came to a conflict between man and machine called the Paradigm Riots. Everything suddenly resolved itself when, during a protest, one passionate android began to exclaim, until slowly, one by one, every android on Earth joined in. This beautiful worldwide display finally inspired both machine and human allies to put aside their differences and finally grant automatons the right to steal. As machines integrated into society, cyborgs became commonplace. Humans merged their bodies with metal in the hopes of becoming more divine. Thankfully, what was once a violent and challenging time in history has made way for a significant rise in peace, prosperity, and Black-centric. That is your lore dump.
Outstanding.
Congratulations. I hope you enjoyed it. Keep that in mind, because the next step is to determine your tragic flaws. That is the next step. So, I need each of you, please, to come up with a tragic flaw. This is an inconvenient quirk, a serious weakness, or a downright bizarre phenomenon that plagues a person living in this future. These are exchanged randomly, so you may end up with your own, but I'm going to try and make sure that nobody does. I will give you some examples of past ones that people have had. One of them was, I have no idea that I'm actually a moose. One of them was extreme short-term memory loss. One of them was an unstoppable butterfly will stop at nothing to hunt me down. Another one was the sight of nipples causes me to burst into tears. You can be as unhinged as you like. Please, everyone, let me know when you have come up with a tragic flaw, and then we will mix them up and see who gets what.
I moonwalk everywhere.
Moonwalk everywhere. Okay. I'm gonna write each of these down and assign them a number randomly.
The color blue makes me want to kill.
The color blue makes me want to kill.
Are these supposed to be short?
They can be a little bit longer. How long were you thinking?
Okay, so I'm thinking someone who I can't recognize any faces, and I think everyone is a debt collector. Like my debt collector.
That's amazing. You think everyone is a debt collector, and you can't recognize faces at all.
Nope.
That one's a double barrel one. Excellent. Zach or Danielle, do you have any?
Too much booty in the pants.
Too much booty in the pants. We all know that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I can eat metal.
Wonderful. Okay, cool. So, Candace, since you gave yours first, I need for you to give me a number between 1 and 5. Or excuse me, in this case, 1 and 4.
2.
2. Your tragic flaw is too much booty in the pants.
Thank God. I was hoping for that.
Okay, going further. Tanya, I need for you to give me a number between 1 and 4.
3.
Or in this case, I guess it's a number, I guess in this case it would be 3, 1 and 3. But never mind. Your tragic flaw is face blindness, and you think everyone is a debt collector.
Word.
Lexi, I need for you to give me a number between, in this case, 1 and 2, or 1 and 2. Pick 1 or 2.
1.
1. The color blue makes me want to kill.
Cool.
Danielle, I need for you to give me a number between. Oh, in this case, I actually think because yours hasn't been taken yet, right? Oh no, yours has been taken.
Mm-hmm.
I think in your case, then you would have I believe I can eat metal, which means that Zach gets moonwalk everywhere. So please go ahead and add those to your character sheets. We will incorporate them into the story as we go. Let me copy and paste these by each of your names. Who got the color blue makes me want to kill?
Lexi.
Okay.
As you wear blue.
Yeah, I'm like, every 5 seconds if I look down.
Okay. Candace got too much booty in the pants.
Yes.
Zach got moonwalk everywhere. That. Who got I believe I can eat metal? Was that Danielle?
That's me. Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. Danielle, you believe you can eat metal. And finally, Tanya, you have face blindness and you think everyone you meet is a debt collector.
That was too real like 10 years ago.
It's too real for me right now.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we're going to assign traits. You get to pick your traits. Traits are essentially aspects or skills that your character possesses that will improve their chances of succeeding on their mission. Let me just pause for one moment as I re-enter my name for the captions. Is my name showing up right now? Is it all good? We all good? I'm gonna take, take us a sec. Is it working? Is it working? I'm gonna keep talking and hopefully it comes across. They are aspects of your character, traits, talents that will improve your chances of succeeding on your mission by adding dice to your rolls. So you each get to choose 3 traits from the future template, 1 noun, 1 adjective, and 1 verb. In the corresponding section on your character sheet, please assign those among your past present, and future to describe your character's life. Your past is your backstory, your present is your day-to-day, and your future is your goals or your life direction or your destiny. So the we're gonna start, I think, in reverse order here. We're gonna go down to Zach. Zach, please choose an adjective. The adjective options are paradigm, transformative, dual wielding, or divine. I think you're muted, Zach.
Apologies. Let's do transformative.
Transformative. Okay. You can assign that to your past, present, or future. The next one, could you go ahead and pick a noun?
Yes. Let's see. Sorry, let me find that list again. Okay, great. Let's do buckle.
Buckle. Great. Please assign that one as well. And then a verb, please.
Mosh.
And yes, one of you, more than one of you, will end up with the same one because there's only 4 of each, and there's 5 of you. So inevitably, somebody's going to share on some of these. But try and avoid it. Once they're all taken, then you can go ahead and pick one that has already been taken. So you have, correct me if I'm wrong, transformative, buckle, and mosh. Those are the 3 that you picked?
Yes.
All right. We'll come back to you so you can tell us what your past, present, and future are. Next, we're going to move to Danielle. Danielle, could you please pick an adjective? Either paradigm, dual wielding, or divine.
Dual wielding.
All right, excellent. Hit me with a noun.
For a noun, I will do black-centric.
Black-centric, beautiful. And a verb, please.
For a verb, backflip.
Backflip, excellent. Please assign those as you wish to your past, present, and future. Going around the circle here, Lexi, could you please, I just realized I'm going in a completely weird order right now, but whatever. Lexi, could you please pick an adjective?
I'll go divine.
Divine, excellent. A noun. Your options at this point, I think, are bochi bochi or asada.
Yeah, let's go asada.
Okay.
Let's do it.
And verbs, I believe the remaining ones are exclaim and steal.
Steal.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Which means, Tanya, I will let you repeat 2 of yours, but one I think will need to be original, and then somebody else can cross over with another one.
While everyone was talking, I actually picked out my 3.
Okay.
Dual wielding, divine, and transformative.
Okay. And then finally, Candace. Candace, I believe, let me see. I think paradigm hasn't been taken, and somebody's got to get paradigm. I believe, have all of the nouns been taken? Or no, bochi bochi is still free. And exclaim is still free, I think. Am I correct in thinking that?
Taken all of those.
Okay. Excellent. The next bit and please remember the context also of your chosen words in the future template if you can. If you need a reminder, I can read you the sentence again. Just ask. Now go ahead and allocate your attributes. You have 6 points that you can distribute amongst your mind, body, and finesse. Mind represents your education, perception, brain power, etc. Body represents athletics, physical strength, constitution, etc. Finesse represents agility, dexterity, deception, cunning, etc. And keep in mind, your maximum hit points will be equal to your highest attribute. So you can put 2 in each, but that means your max HP is going to be 2. You could also dump all 6 in one, which would mean you have a really high max HP. It also means that you roll with disadvantage for 2 of your skills.
So it's body that gives you your hit points?
No, it's whichever one is your highest attribute.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And we only have 6 points?
Yep, only 6 points that you can distribute however you wish.
And
Go ahead.
No.
Oh, I was just going to say, and if in fact your character does die, don't worry. Death is not the end in Paradox Perfect. You will come back weirder. So just get ready for that. Has everyone assigned their points?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And the next little bit is for you to determine your personal details, your name, your pronouns, your age, origin. This can be whatever you want. As I mentioned before, we've had a guy who was secretly a moose. We've had a person who was an elephant. We've had, I can't even remember. I think I played a character once who was made of hand sanitizer. I don't remember how that came about, but I was playing a character made of hand sanitizer. So you can be wild and completely off the wall with this, or you can just be a human being. It is entirely up to you. And then we will have each of you read who your characters are and what your past, present, and future are, and what your mind, body, and finesse are. Is everybody ready? Have y'all have we made any decisions so far? If not, I will continue to fill time by describing past characters that I have played, such as the very first character I ever played, Agent Chevy Chase. An origin in this case would refer to your character's home, your birthplace, your lineage, your ancestry, essentially. So like origin would be where you'd put like a humanoid elephant, essentially, if you were going to be an elephant person. Or you can put like, I'm just a human being from such and such town or whatever. Or you can be a robot. So people have also played robots. People played a wide range of things. But yeah, my very first character was Agent Chevy Chase. My tragic flaw was that I would furiously masturbate whenever I saw the color yellow. And back then we had special powers, which mine was Epic Pimp Slap, which I guess took the form of like a hyper-powered like metal glove, like a turbo glove that I could just slap people with.
I love that.
Okay, I do have my information. So
Okay,
I can read that first. Before I do, I want to give a shout out to Cypher for your donation. Thank you so much. Thank you to Alex for giving $30 for me to do an impression, which we will do moving into the game. Thank you to Anonymous for your $10 donation. Very much appreciated. We have a free +1 for anyone who might need it. Thank you to 12-Sided Stories, but no thank you for 2 re-rolls for the GM. Do you roll in this game? Do you roll?
I don't, no.
Okay, so we have 2 re-rolls. Thank goodness. I was so upset. We have 2 free re-rolls just around. Very, very appreciated. Thank you so much, everyone, for donating. And thank you to Mental Lamia, to Cassie, for helping us with our accessibility. We really appreciate that. Now, I will tell you about my character. My character's name is Cheeks McCoy. They use they, she pronouns. They're human, just regular, just, you know, the best kind of human, too much ass. Tragic flaw, too much ass. Like, that's a thing. And then I don't read my nouns and stuff, right? Because you guys already know
no,
that.
You can please tell us what your past, present, and future traits are.
Okay, so I don't remember which were which because I was handling behind the scenes stuff, but my noun is bochi bochi, my verb is exclaim, and my adjective is paradigm.
Okay, you can assign those to each of, you can assign any of them to, and yeah, you can put them wherever you want.
I think my past is bochi bochi.
Okay.
My present is gonna be exclaim, and my future is paradigm.
Okay. I don't know what bochi bochi means.
It means so-so.
It means so-so. Okay. So your past was so-so. Your present is what?
It's exclaim.
Exclaim.
Yeah.
How is that? How does that function in your present? Like, what is that?
I think I have voice modulation disorder. I think I come in and I exclaim all the time. I'm very like in the moment. I'm excited about everything, which is not unlike myself, the player. And then future is all about paradigm shifts, apparently. So look out for that.
There you go.
I have a 0 in mind, a 4 in body for obvious reasons, and a 2 in finesse.
You are down with the thickness.
That's it.
As they say.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Cheeks. Wonderful, wonderful name. Tanya, can you please introduce your character?
My character's name's Siren. Pronouns are she, her. She's a 35-year-old cybernetic content creator.
Ooh.
And her past is dual wielding, her present is divine, and her future is transformative. I put 3 into mind, 1 into body, and 2 into finesse. I mean, I'm jacked into the internet all day. I don't need a good body score.
And you said you're a 35-year-old. What kind of person?
Cybernetic content creator.
Okay, cyborg. Excellent. And how does that? How do your? Can you like describe your past, present, and future? Like what they actually mean for you?
So before my tragic esports injury, dual wielding sabers. That was my past, and now because of that, I'm at home. And I have ascended into divine levels of hatred like Kendrick Lamar. And my future is whatever I want to make it. Therefore, I'm transformative.
All right. That's excellent. I'm imagining you injuring yourself while playing Beat Saber. Like you were dual wielding the Beat Saber wands and just like completely threw something out. Like dislocated something, swung way too hard, cracked yourself in the head, something like that.
Oh yeah, it was one of those, like you had to have the Wii U straps around your wrist. I didn't do my safety thing, and just one went one way, one got me in the eye. I mean, I got a cybernetic eye at this point. I messed everything up and couldn't keep doing certain things.
Excellent. Okay, who is next? Who else is ready? Everybody else ready? If so, then we'll jump to Lexi.
Hello. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be playing Alter Jones. Sorry, just saying this out loud is making me giggle. So Alter Jones, so she's a robotic angel. Like she was meant to be an angel. She was programmed to be like gorgeous, divine. Everyone's supposed to follow her and be in love with her. And now, because that failed, she was like the only one who was made in that model. And now she's just living day to day being a jazz piano singer at a bar. So Alter Jones, everyone. Her past.
What are Alter's pronouns?
Pronouns is I'll go she her.
Okay.
Yeah, she's got a body yaddy yaddy, but she wears all white. Like she's just very, very gorgeous. Brown skin, white dress, cybernetic hands for sure. And then her past is divine. Her present is Asada. And her future is steel. So I just imagine she's trying to steal people's money or like listen in on big deals when they're happening at her jazz bar. She keeps getting distracted by blue suits.
The jazz career doesn't pay nearly enough, so you have to get into just grand larceny, like robbing all of the guests.
Yeah.
Incredible. Danielle, can you please give us your character?
My character is called the Crump. She is a her human clown hybrid female. I've decided that clowns are a race. 19, my present is dual wielding. My future is black centric and my past is backflip. For body, I have a 3, for finesse, a 2, and for mind, a 1. So the Crump was born, she's 19, she was born at the gathering where all of her other fellow clown people hybrids got together. She got in trouble because she kept eating the ceremonial hatchets because she thinks she can eat metal. So she has been banished from the gathering, and with a sad whoop whoop, she moves forward on her journey. And as she sheds her jorts as she sheds her past.
Beautiful. And I should also add, whatever each of your day jobs are, you are all also moonlighting as agents for Paradox Perfect. So you do have a dual income stream no matter what. So thankfully, the Crump, in addition to, like, though she may have been banished, she has been accepted by Paradox Perfect, the time-traveling agency dedicated to, at least in theory, preserving the past and the future. We will see. You can choose not to preserve it and instead choose to let whatever changes happen take place. And finally, Zach. Zach, who are you playing?
Hello, I am playing Luthera. They are a sentient stack of buckles, about 1,000 of them. My traits were buckle, transformative, and mosh. So past, present, future in that order. They were a buckle. They had a sort of rat king moment with all of them. And they're really working on their movement, which is why they're moonwalking everywhere. That's where they are in their journey. They have 1 in mind, 3 in body, and 2 in finesse. And they've been alive for a few months.
Incredible. What are Luthera's pronouns?
We ours.
Okay. Incredible. Okay, so first of all, can everybody please update their names in Zoom so that we can know who everybody's playing. But just to recap, so Candace is playing Cheeks McCoy, pronouns they, she, a human who has way too much booty in the pants. Lexi is playing Alter Jones, a robotic angel who was programmed to be gorgeous and divine, but the line was discontinued, and now she works as correct me if I'm wrong, a jazz pianist and singer?
Yes.
All right. We have Danielle playing the Crump, a human clown hybrid female, pronouns she, her, 19 years old, was born at whatever spawning ceremony, I guess, the clown people hybrids have, like salmon. You got in trouble for eating the ceremonial hatchets and have since been banished because, of course, you believe you can eat metal. Tanya is playing Siren, the 35-year-old cyborg content creator who suffers from face blindness and thinks everyone is a debt collector. And Luthera, pronouns we, ours, a sentient stack of buckles. We were a buckle who had a Rat King moment and are now working on our movement and moonwalking everywhere. Fantastic. The next bit we will do is to form bonds so that each of you have we will have a piece of backstory that connects you to another PC. And it would be great if you can just sort of go in a circle. So it's like at least every PC has a bond that is connected to them, instead of it's like everybody has bonds on Alter Jones. So we will start with Danielle, the Crump. This is a piece of backstory that just connects you to another player. This is sort of like an additional trait that you can use to help that character succeed on their roles. Which of this motley crew do you have a bond with, and how?
Okay, I think the Crump will have a bond with Cheeks McCoy. I feel like Cheeks may have been who the Crump found when she was first, again, banished from the gathering and was looking for someone to help her integrate into this new society, because where she comes from, all she knows is whoop whoop, eat hot chips and lie. And so now she has got to learn how to adapt to where they are now in the cyberpunk future. Amazing.
We could even say that Cheeks is the one who got you into Paradox Perfect in the first place.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. That leads us to Cheeks. Cheeks, who is your bond with and how?
I think I would like to... Sorry, I'm doing behind the scenes stuff. Let me do that first. Behind the scenes. I would like to say thank you for the $75 donation. Taylor, I am going to be monologuing at some point in this game thanks to you. Thank you for Tawani for the $10 reroll to anyone. It's going in our pool. We now have 2 rerolls up for grabs. Thank you to Atreides for $75 monologue for Jeremy, specifically about Animorphs. So when you're ready. And thank you for $10 to Farron, from Farron, to give Tanya a +1. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much, y'all. Because I was doing that, what did we just have?
So essentially what we've determined is that the Crump has a bond with you because you were possibly the first person that she met shortly after she was banished from her colony of clown human hybrids, and you helped her adjust to non-clown human hybrid society, and even were the one who got her into Paradox Perfect, got her to join the agency.
Okay, I wrote down half of that, so thank you. I would like to have a connection with Luthera. I think that all of them, one of them, maybe the initial buckle that gained sentience.
Buckle Prime.
Buckle Prime was my buckle because I need help keeping my pants up over my glorious ass.
Of course.
So that buckle fucked off. I had to find someone new. And you and I have, yes, Optimus Buckle. we have maintained a close personal friendship ever since.
Of course.
And I support everything you do.
Yes.
Mhm.
Just remind you to keep your head in your pants up.
That.
I'm glad that you're able to have like a positive relationship, despite the fact that Luthera abandoned you in your hour of need. Just when your booty was threatening to emerge, Lucera was like, "I'm done with this," and just straight up left.
Well, I feel like Luthera also might have like bailed me out of jail when someone eventually came for me for indecent exposure. So that really just, you know what I mean? Like it just really locked us in.
Yeah, we sold one of the buckles. Like we sold several buckles in order to raise the bail money.
Yes.
Yes.
Fantastic. Lucera, Luthera. Who is your bond with?
Ooh, I think. Remind me, Siren. Remind me a little bit about yourself one more time.
Siren is a content creator that cannot remember anyone, apparently. At least everyone is debt collectors. But I think in your case, since you're not like a humanoid, there's not like you can't pick up a phone or I'm guessing operate things that will send debt collectors after me. So basically, I'm just like jacked into the internet making content because I stabbed myself in the eye with a Beat Saber light. And that's it.
I think if anything, I've chased a debt collector away for you before.
Yes.
Sort of like a Candyman protection.
Oh my God, yes.
Thing. Just by
I say your name 3 times.
Yes. yes. And then I'll show up and just sort of jingle at him, and I got your back.
That's excellent. So essentially, Luthera is one of the few people that Siren can trust because Luthera is made of buckles, does not have a face, and cannot collect debts.
Yes. Even though if I don't actually owe anyone money, I just think I do.
Yeah.
Incredible. Siren, I guess in this case, your bond would have to be with either Alter Jones or I believe the Crump. Which of these two will your bond be with and how?
Well, Crump already has a bond.
I think Crump picked a bond with someone else. I don't think anyone has chosen Crump for a bond.
Oh, and then Alter, your backstory is...
Go ahead.
Yeah. Cyber angel that is now resorted to being a jazz pianist and singer because they discontinued her line. So she works at a bar. I don't know if that's helpful for content creation.
I mean, I still need to eat and drink. You deliver food.
That's true.
And Crump, what is yours?
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you ask what was my
like backstory real quick?
Oh, yeah. My backstory was that I am a human clown hybrid who was banished from my place, The Gathering, for eating all of the hatchets. So now I am like learning how to be a part of society as I've joined Paradox.
So you can't eat my computer, so that's a no. Because you'll try to eat my computer, and then it'll be a fight. Yeah, no, I need my computer to work. So I'm gonna sync up with Alter because my divine present syncs with Alter's divine past.
Okay.
Word.
So except I was a biblically accurate seraphim at one point.
We actually have had biblically accurate angels in a previous round of Paradox Perfect. It was a lot of fun. We had a biblically accurate apocalypse, in fact, in a previous version of Paradox Perfect. So in this particular case, I'm also imagining it's possible that Alter had like written some royalty-free music for you, because if you're putting music in your videos, presumably you might need like intro music, outro music, etc. And you might not want to have pay subscription fees. So Alter could have theoretically written and performed for you some custom content creation music.
Yeah, all my like intro stinger on Twitch and like theme music on YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, when you're a robot, you just have to use your USB, plug it into the computer, and I can play live. So, stingers are all live, you know?
And that brings us to you, Alter. Alter, your relationship is going to be with the Crump. How do you end up with this bond?
A deep fascination. I think that I feel like there's a kind of, because can you remind me your verb?
Oh, my verb, I believe was, I'm sorry, let me get back on the page. My verb was backflip.
Backflip. I feel like as a new, being inducted into the crime world, very new for me. I'm very curious about how people actually go about doing it. And maybe I saw you just like walking around, and I was like, whoa, I gotta see what this is about. I feel like the wild nature, I don't know if you actually do backflips or have done a backflip, but I think as a cyborg of sorts, that's like the one thing I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, that's right. That's because backflips are sick.
They're sick.
They're so sick. Look what I can do.
How very human of you. I probably could learn how to do it, but it's just like it's not adding up that I could maybe one day do it. Like following you around, hoping you can teach me how to rob people, but that's not what people do normally. So
I love the idea that you have literal wings and you're like, I can't backflip. Like, whatever I do, I don't know. That's not in the cards for me.
It's the tucking. There's something about, it's like jumping I've got, but tucking, I just can't get it.
You got to get that tuck in there.
It's true.
So normally at this point, I would ask you all secret questions. However, ain't nobody got time for that. We only got 3 hours. So instead, what I'm going to do is collectively ask you as a group 2 questions. These will determine NPCs who can appear during the adventure. The first question is, who is someone, and we can create this together, who is someone that all of you either love or like? And you can choose whether you love or like them and why, but this is going to be one NPC that all of you have, who are all, and I should say all of you are on the same Paradox Perfect squad. Who is a person that all of you know and either love or like?
We all know Beyoncé, right?
That's true.
Beyonce exists in this future. You all know her and love her.
Is many
that's
belts.
Not a day over 75.
Sure.
Yeah, don't worry. Beyonce is about to appear in this one shot. She is now a character. I'm going to go ahead and rule that Beyonce is a member of Paradox Perfect, in addition to her many other roles. And you know what? For the heck of it, we'll say she's the team leader. How about that? Do you all feel good about Beyonce being your team leader?
Yes.
That sounds good.
Okay. Beyonce is the leader of the squad, and you all either love or like her. Now, who, conversely, is someone that all of you collectively hate or intensely dislike?
Drake.
Cannon. Drake. Yes. Solid.
Drake. Oh, yeah, we gotta. Oh.
Yeah.
If
that
anybody
is
has
absolutely fair.
is not okay with Drake and you want to stay out of the fray, we can go with someone else.
Does anyone,
Drake.
if you are opposed to Drake, please speak now or forever hold your peace. Does anyone really, really like Drake and not want to have him be a factor, or just for whatever reason, not wish for him to appear as a widely hated NPC in this one shot?
But why differ from reality?
Hey! So I'm going to say that Drake is somebody who is not officially a member of Paradox Perfect, but is like convinced that he is, or at least likes to pretend that he is, and shows up to all of your missions. How's that?
Cool.
I did a one shot today where I was playing a character who had a deal with a dragon, and I had to like resist. I didn't resist it. I ended up using the last name Graham for the character as a Drake. It was not a good relationship with the dragon. It was a very negative relationship with the dragon. And yeah, my character's last name is Graham. It's a weird thing to know that his uncle invented bass slapping, and this is him now. Like Drake's uncle Larry Graham was the bass player for Sly and the Family Stone, literally invented bass slapping, and now we are left with Drake. I don't know how that.
Somebody erase that little line on the family tree. Just erase it.
Yeah, just snap it.
let that man just let him do his thing. This Sly and the Family Stone uncle.
Yeah. Shout out to Larry Graham. I gotta put him in this. Larry Graham. Okay, so you are in a cyberpunk future. You are a group of Paradox Perfect agents. Beyoncé is your leader, and Drake is this stupid, annoying guy who keeps showing up to all of your gigs, despite not being a member of the squad. Great. We are right on time. Let's go ahead and take our break. And when we come back, we will jump in for what is doubtless going to be a ridiculous adventure.
Excellent. Okay, so before we take our break, I would like to go ahead and do the drawing. I believe Kay, who is watching over us all, can do the drawing, and then David will tell us who got it. Or I can probably just look in chat and see who got it. We are giving away a set of chaos dice from Smoking Glue Guns, Black-owned business. Please support her even if you don't win, because stuff is gorgeous. I think in order to enter, you have to put !smoking. You have one last time remaining to enter. Super excited. Thank you for being here, y'all. Let's see. What is our total right now? Huh! We are only $60 away from $2,000, y'all. Please, please, please keep it coming. Thank you so much for your generosity. We really appreciate it. Again, thank you to the players for being here. Y'all are wonderful. We're gonna see.
I will say right now, if somebody pledges $60, Larry, not only will Larry Graham appear, I will. Am I allowed to sing any music on this, or does that get us copyrighted? If I sing a little bit of a Sly and the Family Stone song that Larry Graham played on, would that get us copyright struck? Would that get us muted? Or would I be able to offer that specifically as an incentive? If not, then he will simply appear and do battle with Drake.
I bet you could do a legally distinct one where you just like do it, but it's not.
Yeah.
Like,
Here we go.
If you'd like me around,
okay.
I'll take you to the pound.
Kay says she thinks we can get away with it.
Okay, cool. Then if anybody pledges that $60, that will get us an appearance by Larry Graham, who will appear, sing a song, and do battle with Drake.
The winner of our Chaos Dice set is the Tension.
Oh my gosh!
Congratulations. Please let us know. Someone will reach out to you to get your mailing information, and I'll pass it right on to Smoking Glue Guns. And please enjoy your dice. If you would like to give the shop a shout out when you receive them, take a little picture. I believe they're on all socials as Smoking Glue Guns. Thank you so much. Awesome. Okay. Let's see. We are going to go to break. If you stick around, you'll be able to enter to get a $25 gift certificate to Critical Hit Cookies. I believe that's going to be !cookies in the chat. So please go ahead and enter. Yep, there it is. Please go ahead and enter if you want $25 Critical Hit Cookies. Really fantastic. They're homemade. My favorite is espresso chip. So check that out. We will be right back in 10 minutes. Thanks, everybody. Hello, everybody. We are back. Happy Juneteenth. Thank you for being here. We are on this hype train of Tiltify donations. Y'all are cutting up in the chat. I love it. Love to see it. Right now we have $1,970. Can we get up to 2K? I think we can. Thank you to Will for the donation to have someone do an interesting impression. Since we're going to be getting into this game, I'm going to draw. Danielle, I think that you're the other person who's going to be doing an impression if you consent. Okay. So Danielle, your impression, I always like to draw two and let you choose which one you prefer. Your options are a Shakespearean actor with a capital A, or Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
Ooh. Those both sound really fun. Do I do it like as soon as we start? Am I doing it?
You can choose whenever you like to just jump in.
All right, I'm gonna do Gollum, but that's a really tough one. Good choices.
Okay, all right. So I have a rich, blustery man and Krunk from Emperor's New Groove. I don't know.
Solid choice.
I don't know.
Either
I like
one.
a rich, blustery man, but I really like Krunk as well. I'm gonna go
Kronk
with
is a
Krunk.
gem.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna go with Krunk.
You're correct.
an
Both of you chose
African-American.
correct.
Right.
Yes, you're right.
Okay. So at any point, and then Jeremy, remember at any point, you need to monologue about Animorphs. It doesn't have to be super long. It can be like
Right.
a paragraph. That's
I
like
can talk a
small,
lot
like
about
three-
Animorphs.
4 to 5 sentences if you want, something like
All
that.
right. I will
and
try
then
and
I will
keep it
do one
short.
at some point as well. Not in the Kronk voice, because that's too much.
I'll try
It
and
might be
rein
in the
myself
Kronk
in because
voice.
I can talk about Animorphs for a very, very long time.
Excellent. You know what? Can you
And
talk
we
about
have-
specifically Tobias? Because I'm pretty
Okay.
sure that any emo kids in the chat, that's your number one anyway.
Yeah. I'm down to talk to
Goal
Tobias.
is hit? You guys.
Did somebody give the
You're
$60
kidding.
donation?
Thank you. No, we got a 30.
Okay.
Indeed.
And then we got a 30. Cypher of Tyr has donated $30 to get an impression from Jeremy at some point in this game. We're going to
Okay.
go ahead and select 2 for you to choose from. You have Skeletor or a transatlantic old-timey accent. Which do you choose?
Ooh, okay. Huh. One of those is okay. You know what? I'm going to, because we've hit our goal, we've hit 2,000. I will do them both
Excellent.
at some point.
Excellent.
Let me write this down next to the Animorphs note that I made.
Maximum chaos tonight. Maximum.
Okay, of Skeletor and of a transatlantic accent.
Yes.
Beautiful. I'm here
Thank
for
you
it. Let's
to
do
Will
this.
and Tanya for the chaos. Appreciated.
Yes. Are we ready to jump in?
Ready.
Okay. Well, then, without further ado, okay, please cue up that Paradox Perfect theme. Hit it, Johnny! All right, I don't know if it's gonna get hit, but I tried. So
It's getting hit.
we begin. I'm not hearing it at all. I'm just hearing smooth jazz this whole time and having a great time at it. So we begin in a dark, rainy, neon lit, soaking wet future, a cyberpunk future, but a future that is far less bleak than in most cyberpunk fiction, because in this world, the robots and humans have come to an agreement and have achieved a level of peace. And that is reflected by the fact that some of the members of Paradox Perfect are themselves artificially created beings. They are themselves cybernetic organisms. And all of you, non-cybernetic organisms and cybernetic organisms alike. I was gonna say humanoids and non-humanoids, but we do have a pile of buckles here. So those of you organic and non-organics alike have converged on the incredible location known as Gnarly Noah's. Oh, wait. Let me get the exact name because it is a fun name. Where is it? But Gnarly Noah's Ark and Safari. You have been sent here because Gnarly Noah himself put out a request for Paradox Perfect agents to come and visit. Apparently, there is a serious problem in his top secret laboratory. You all have traveled here, led by Beyoncé, followed by Drake, who is riding a motorized scooter behind your mobile time machine, and which he has also ridden onto the grounds of Gnarly Noah's Ark and Safari. As you are whisked along the air train, you see all the different sites. As you're zipping past, you see the Herpetarium with the gigantic helix laser peeking out. You see the Arctic Kill Zone. You see the Birdhouse. You see the Savannah Cinema. Just a wondrous place. Gnarly Noah's Ark and Safari is an incredible place. And in fact, Gnarly Noah himself is standing aboard your tram, sort of pointing out the situations, pointing out each of the sites and attractions. Gnarly Noah is absolutely someone who lives up to his name. He has a long, luxurious, well-oiled beard. It is gray. He is black because everyone here is. But he has a long curly beard, no hair up top. But he is working it. He puts oil up there too. It is a beautiful shine, frankly distracting. This man has a gorgeous dome. He is just sort of pointing things out and say, now you see over there, we spent quite a lot of time working on the Savannah Cinema here. You can actually, when the animals appear in the film, they actually also, we release them into the audience so you can pet them up close, you see. We do make sure we had to change the movie a couple of times because we had a pretty wide range of animals. It turns out some animals do not mix well with park guests, so it's pretty much just sheep these days. But yes, it's a wondrous place. The problem in this particular case, however, lies you see in the herpetarium. That's, and he looks back and forth, despite the fact that you all and Drake are the only ones on this little air tram. He says, that's where the top secret laboratory is located. And as he winks, you hear a little ding and gives you a little point. And he says, now, we've been having a few issues, you see. Our main scientist, Neil deGrasse Tyson, because in fact he is a robotic organism. The brain of Neil deGrasse Tyson was uploaded and encoded and implanted into the body of an android who works for us. Neil deGrasse Tyson has been having a few problems, and well, I don't want to get into the details. It's probably better if you just see it. Do we have any questions before we arrive? And he just sort of looks around the group expectantly and says, this sounds like a resounding silence. Excellent. Would any of you like some refreshments? We have milk from every animal you can think of. You name an animal, we've milked it.
I will take some squirrel milk. Thank you so much if you have it.
Yep, watch out, it's pretty nutty. He hands you some squirrel milk. No, seriously though, if you have a nut allergy, please don't drink that. We will not be liable.
I think I want some unicorn milk. Thank you very much.
Unicorn milk coming right up. They synthesized unicorns a few years ago. So, and then shortly after synthesizing them, they also synthesized ones with udders. So he hands you some fresh, sparkling unicorn milk because all unicorn milk is sparkling. It is fully carbonated.
Do you have a more adult drink?
Adult drink?
Yeah, an adult drink, you know, I appreciate the milk offer, but lactose and I just we don't get together like that.
Well, we have a wide variety of non-lactose milks. We have, I mean, you said adult. Now, it's not exactly what it sounds like, but it's in the name, so it sounds kind of adult. We have taken some sperm whale spermaceti and turned that into milk. No. Are you sure? You can light a fire on it.
I am
It's great for fuel.
You know what? Have you heard of Uncle Nearest?
Please enlighten me.
Well, do you like the alcohol, the whiskey?
Oh, you just want whiskey? Shoot.
Yes.
We could give you whiskey. Give me some whiskey in here. He says, what kind of animal would you like to have been fermented to make the whiskey? We got porcupines. We got rabbits. We got moose.
You know what? I changed my mind. Just, do you have normal water?
Giraffes?
Do you have water?
What animal would you like to have been watered?
I'll just be thirsty. I'm good.
Alrighty. Anybody else?
Yeah, I'll take one of your finest Fagos in a steel cup.
Excellent. Here you go. He pulls it out. Here's some crocodile Fago. There you go. And hands you a Fago that has actual scales floating in it.
Great. And I just start nibbling on the edges of the steel cup.
He pauses for a moment and is like, Are you aren't part rodent, are you?
No, I'm only part clown, but thank you.
Oh, that's where your sunny disposition comes from. Sunny, yet weirdly depressing and scary.
Only when you get all of us together in one place and then you realize that we all have jobs and a lot of other people probably don't. Ow.
Well, now I feel a little bit sad. He turns, and you, and turns to the pile of buckles. Luthera, would you like anything?
We would like ginger ale.
Excellent. He pulls up some, we're gonna call this bear ginger ale. It has actual hair in it, and he just sort of inserts it into, like, he sort of rests it, like makes a little indentation. He says, "May I?" and makes a little indentation to the pile of buckles and just sets the glass, or sets the steel cup in there. Since we've established that all of these are in fact steel cups.
Of course. The cup just sinks into the mound of buckles and disappears.
What a time to be alive. Oh, there it is. He pulls the ripcord immediately. It appears that they did not install effective safe stopping mechanisms. I need everybody to make me a finesse roll as this thing just lurches to a halt. And this is essentially to roll finesse. What you do is you look at the number that you have assigned to finesse, and then you roll that number of d6s. And then you see what the highest number that you get is. If you have any traits that you would like to add, for example, backflipping could be pertinent to this, or if there's any trait you have that you feel like you could argue could theoretically apply to stopping from going flying when an air tram abruptly stops while flying over a time zoo, please submit, and that you will get to add submit your arguments. Give me your case, and you will get to add an additional die for every trait that you can apply.
What is the situation?
You are sitting in an air train that is swishing along. Gnarly Noah has just pulled the ripcord, and it has just abruptly stopped while you were all just kind of sitting there, and now everybody's going flying.
I would like to add my exclaim because I'm saying what everyone else is thinking, which is, holy shit, why? No.
Okay, I will say add a d6 to whatever your finesse is. So, did anybody get a 6? Okay, we have two of you had 6s?
Oh no, I was gonna see if I can add something to mine.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I do want to add backflip, and I also want to add dual wielding because I feel like since I'm good at using both hands, that means I would be exceptionally good at being able to like grab and grasp onto the rails and hold on to them.
Of course, while also holding your cup, presumably.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Luthera, you are okay. The pile of buckles somehow remains perfectly stationary and does not go flying. I guess you are able to shift yourself so your center of gravity is just really, really low. The Crump, did you manage to hit 6 after that?
I did. I got a 6.
Excellent. You managed to grab onto the railing and keep yourself somehow from not only going flying, but also from spilling any of your Fago. Did anybody else get a 6 or have anything they'd like to add?
Question. Is that
Yes.
6 total or a 6 on one of the dice?
A 6 on one or more of the dice.
Okay, I did not get that, but I got a 5 and I wanted to ask something.
Yes.
Using my divine and being biblically accurate, can I just like fly and not fall to my doom?
You can add an additional d6, and that will see if you are able to fly in such a way that you don't smack into anything. Because you are like in a moving vehicle. You essentially add another d6. You roll another.
Okay, so I've already rolled a 5 and a 1. I'm going to roll one more and see what I get.
You
And
also
that
have
was a
plus
6.
1, Tanya.
Hey!
Okay.
You launch yourself into the air and stall your momentum with your wings.
Cool.
Alter, how about you? What are we looking at here?
I got a 4 and a 1, so no, but I don't think I'm gonna hop on the divine train because I feel like I could also make that argument.
Right.
I do think now's the time where I try a backflip, but it's just me jumping 2 inches off the ground, and that probably lends to me getting harmed.
Okay. You jump 2 inches off the ground, and as you are trying to right yourself, I will say, as each of you are sort of like stopping yourselves by various means, you see that Beyoncé simply goes with the momentum and uses it to walk all the way like up the wall of the tram, across the ceiling of the tram, and back around to her previous position. Not a hair out of place. She just and then sits back down and just says, "I don't like to gamble, but if there's one thing I'm willing to bet on, It's myself. Crosses her legs and then sips more of her milk that she brought from home. Meanwhile, unfortunately, Alter, you try, like, as you sort of hop into the air, you hear, "Oh no, look out!" As Drake comes flying in from behind you, crashes into you, and the pair of you go flying and hit the wall. And you are going to take 1 point of damage from that as you break Drake's fall, unfortunately. You are made of metal, though, so it doesn't. You didn't really save him. He is completely injured as well. Drake rolls to the ground and starts singing into an auto-tune microphone that he brought with him while also crying. And he has an entourage of people behind him that are manipulating the notes so that he essentially is creating a new song. People, you hear the producer like, "We about to cut a new album, baby!" And they're already like, somebody looks up to like, what kind of beats do we throw on this one? Says, "I don't know, what's Beyonce doing lately?" Beyonce just looks at them all and with such an intense, withering look that they immediately pipe down and unplug the equipment. Gnarly Noah looks at all of you and says, "Well, all right. If you'd all follow me, sorry for those of you who took a little tumble. Rest of you, good job. Okay, just follow me. Remember, this is top secret. Nobody knows about it, okay? So try being conspicuous." He turns and begins very exaggeratedly sneaking out of the tram, raising his knees to like head height with each step. Just the most exaggerated cartoonish sneak you have ever seen in your lives, and starts sneaking towards a door with the sign, a bright neon sign that says "Top Secret Lab. Please don't talk about it," flashing right above it. He walks over to it, presses some buttons. As he presses each button, you hear a loud tone announce the name of each number that he is pressing. And then he presses enter, and you know this because you hear the word enter. The door slides open. He turns at all of you and gives you a double thumbs up, and then sneaks into the lab. How about the rest of you? What do you do?
Yeah, I think that the Crump is going to follow in the lab. The Crump is going to combine, just to be sneaky, both her back flipping with the dance Aunt Liv did when she went to the dance school and everyone was making fun of her, just to use my Black centric a little bit. So she's that is how she's entering it. So at one point she's, I can't dance, but that is what that looks like.
Beautiful. I won't even make you roll. It's incredible. People look at you and are about to start applauding, but then they realize you are sneaking, so they politely look away.
That's the like part of.
And as you are doing that, also, I will say, out of nowhere, Android Alfonso Ribeiro shows up and starts doing the Carlton next to you towards the door as sneakily as he possibly can. You hear a whispered version of "It's not unusual to be loved by anyone" as he dances next to you. Do the rest of you enter as well?
I enter, but I'm using my cybernetic eye to kind of record stuff for content later. I'm the person at TwitchCon that's not supposed to be recording, but I am recording. And I'm just like, I pull my wings in. I'm just like, we're gonna die before the night is out. So I might as well get content out of it that can be uploaded posthumously. I got a protocol for that.
As you enter, you can see that this lab is filled with incredible, like unbelievable items. You can see what looks like fossils from throughout history from all sorts of extinct animals. You can see there are like tubes that seem to be growing cloned versions of extinct species of all shapes and sizes. This place is filled with technology. It's going to make for some great content, frankly. You can see plenty of places to do TikTok dances if you want, but this place is packed. You can also see that as you enter, and this is something that I think you wouldn't have been able to tell from the outside. Strangely enough, the laser that you saw from the outside, the famous Helix laser that resides at Gnarly Noah's Ark and Safari, you realize that the laser that you saw was fake. Because as you walk in, you can see where in this big dome that you have entered, that laser is positioned where it sticks out of the wall. It is just essentially a facade that extends out of the wall. It is completely empty. There is nothing inside. And in addition to that rather disconcerting sight, you can see that there are, in the center of the room, 2 cages. One cage is completely empty. It looks as though, in fact, the bars have been like melted through or somehow destroyed. And in the other cage, you see what looks like a partial it looks like a partial android, but then like a partial mishmash of about 15 different savanna-based animals. It looks like there's several different species of antelope. It looks like there's some giraffe in there. It looks like there's genetic material from like an elephant. Like you can see like a trunk. You can see a long neck. You can see antelope horns. You can see lion paws. But all of this flesh mixed in with metal. And the creature inside looks utterly depressed, but also kind of manic. And as you're entering, you hear the familiar voice that everyone recognizes. It's so recognizable, even in the distant future, the voice of Neil deGrasse Tysotron. It sounds exactly like his current voice, except a little bit glitchy. And as you enter, you hear, hello, friends. May I please... and the being throws itself against the cage and starts thrashing against the bars as if it's trying to get at you all.
I think Cheeks like looks at this creature. There's not a lot of brain in there. They've got a 0 for their mind. So they get entirely too close to this cage. And they turn around to everyone and they say, you see this creature? Talk about blue. Somebody's got to get this creature a snack. They seem really upset and sad. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I identify with you so much. You need a friend. I need a friend. Can we be friends? And just addresses it.
As you say this, you hear a chittering sound emerge from this creature. You hear, well, in this particular case, seeing as you're doing a Kronk impression, I'm going to say that you weirdly speak this language. You recognize this as
squeak,
meerkat.
Squeak, it, squeak, squeak.
Yes,
chirping,
you hear
chirp, squeak.
Emitting from this creature as you see it sort of stand up on its hind legs and hold its lion paws as if it is a meerkat. And what you understand is it weirdly, even though this is the sound of a meerkat, it also sounds uncomfortably like Neil deGrasse Tyson, as if Neil deGrasse Tyson were himself a meerkat. You hear this little voice chitter out, "Oh my goodness, thank you so much for coming. I have been distraught. Something horrible has happened. We had here in our labs an experimental new dinosaur that we were planning to debut soon. But unfortunately, it appears that we may have genetically designed too close to the sun. And, well, the dinosaur was super intelligent and escaped. You can see behind me that the laser, the helix laser, it's missing. Normally, it would slot into that facade and it would be filled. But of course, the facade was there to keep it safe in case something attacked. But in this case, it's empty. Whatever this thing was, it took the laser along with all of 3 of the keys that lead to its activation, the red key, the green key, and the blue key. It took them all, and, well, as far as we can tell, it seems to have traveled through time. And that's why we called you." And as the weirdly, completely mutated Neil deGrasse Tysotron is telling you this, Cheeks, the rest of you are receiving all this information from Gnarly Noah, who is saying almost the exact same stuff, but in a Gnarly Noah voice. So all of you are basically on the exact same page, except for the fact that Cheeks is squeaking back and forth with a meerkat abomination.
If we have 1 second, I would like to go ahead and do a cookie giveaway. Everybody on screen, y'all can enter to win. You are donating your time, and therefore you get to be entered into this if you'd like. Kay is going to draw for us, and we're going to see who in the world is going to be winning these cookies, exclamation point cookies, to win.
Oh boy.
Also,
Oh boy.
big thank you to Rocat. I really appreciate it. We got a free reroll. Thank you very much.
Hey.
Nice.
Thank you, Rocat.
All right. Who do we have? Hyper Mate.
Hey. Thank you,
Piper has
Piper.
won at Matihi. Congratulations for your cookies. I hope that you enjoy them. Now back to the game.
Yes. So you are each given this information, and both of them sort of pause to give you the opportunity to respond if you so wish. Any of you can jump in, and I will assume that you are speaking to whoever it is whichever of the two you are getting this information from.
Do we know what our aspects are? Like, do I know that Alter has issues with blue?
If you've been working with Alter, you've had episodes, right?
Yes. Yeah. Often.
Okay. Yeah. So you would definitely know that Alter has issues with blue.
So I whisper very clandestinely, as is tradition in this world, to my other companions, attempting to make sure that Alter does not hear. I proudly exclaim in a very soft and secretive way, when we come to the last key, we're going to need to get our riot gear and our shields ready because one of us might have a little bit of a problem. You don't want to make anyone embarrassed about what they do, but
does
Alter
Alter
look over?
Yeah, does Alter have any visible reaction to even hearing the phrase blue key?
Alter I think just hearing the words blue, I think that she stamps her foot on the ground and just immediately cracks whatever foundation is underneath. And then picks up whatever, if it's, I don't know if it's stone, if it's wood or whatever, but she starts tearing at it.
So it is steel. You are standing in a steel floored lab.
Cool.
So you stamp so hard, you break steel.
Dang it.
You create a dent in steel and the whole plate comes up. You are able to then pick it up and just start throwing it at stuff if you want to.
I do. I want to throw it at the empty cage.
Absolutely. You know what? Make me a body roll.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think I said my stats earlier, but I've got 1 in mind, 3 in body, and 2 in finesse. So
all right. So you roll 3 d6s, and if you want to, and I will say because you are playing into your tragic flaw, go ahead and take a resolve. Resolves are essentially points that you can spend to help you succeed on things.
Nice. Okay. So I have technically 1 resolve right now. Okay. Would I be able to use my divine past and just this hidden strength to add to my roll?
Oh, okay. Yeah, go for it.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, I rolled 3 3s and 1 6. So there we
go. So with that 6, you shatter it, throw it, and just tear, the cage is sheared apart as you throw this steel plate at the cage.
Oh, sorry. Was that me? I don't even know who did that.
Drake is like, we all saw it was you. It's pretty embarrassing that you did that.
Hey, Drake, what do you know? Give me really quick. What do you know?
What do I know?
Yeah, what do you know?
I know I'm the coolest. And he starts dancing like in Hotline Bling. As one of his entourage starts playing the chords from Hotline Bling, and he just starts doing the dance.
So we all realize he doesn't know anything, right? So just covering that now at the top of everything.
Drake sees is not a friend. Drake sees is not a friend, Paradox.
I know when that Hotline Bling, that can only mean one thing.
Drakesees knows nothing. Drakesees is a mark buster.
You know what? Take a resolve for that. And in fact, take a resolve cheeks for your Kronk impression. As this happens, as Drake is dancing, and you're saying this, he is utterly lost in the sauce. He is getting high on his own supply right now. He is just he starts monologuing and he says, you know what? I read a little while ago that actually, and he strokes his beard, a lot of people out there think that Tobias from Animorphs actually functions as sort of a queer analog. You know, the fact that his whole character arc revolves around being trapped in a body that he doesn't originally identify with. Hey, and he struggles with his identity as a person. Is he a human or is he a hawk? You know, he's out there, he's eating skunks, he's eating baby skunks. You all remember that book, right? Where they find out that Tobias has been eating baby skunks. He's out of there, he's gone full hawk, but then he finds out Elfangor is his daddy, and he gets the morphin power back. To me, that kind of deflates the whole metaphor, yo. And he continues dancing awkwardly. He strikes a pose. As he strikes the pose, you see all of his fingers extend. They start to like, and you can hear like, it's almost like a weird, like stretching, like rubber sound as his fingers extend longer and longer and start to harden as if they look like claws. And he's like, oh man, what? And he looks down at his hands, which now start to resemble big paws. He looks up and he says, oh no, this is terrible. And as he says that, you watch as his body starts to swell. His skin becomes gray and wrinkly and weathered, almost like that of an elephant seal. He starts to swell to enormous size as he flops forward. You see his tail the little tails, which was made out of his legs, starts to extend out, and you see a pair of zebra legs, complete with hooves at the end, extending out the back, but still Drake's face. And he says, you know what? Now I'm really the biggest star in the world. And as he says that, Neil deGrasse Tystron, who has so badly mutated, starts to do the Drake dance as well. And you start to hear...
Drake?
You absolutely can. Yeah, go ahead and attack Drake, please.
How do I do that?
You just tell me how you'd like to attack Drake, and then we will roll an appropriate score for that.
Because we gotta stop this dude right quick.
Yeah, for sure.
Since I am a cyborg, I'm gonna use my divine, and because I had wings. Basically, in anime when people like have wings and they just turn into like guns, like every bit of your feather pinions is like a shot. So Drake is getting the anime special of like however many feathers I got in my wings.
Yep. That sounds like a finesse move.
Lasers.
That sounds like a finesse move to me. How's your finesse?
2.
I would like to give you the best chance of succeeding on attacking Drake. What is your highest stat?
My highest stat is mind, which is 3.
You know what? We will say that you, as you're going to attack him, you have one of those moments in an anime where even if you're not wearing glasses, as you push your finger up over the bridge of your nose, there's a shine, and all of you hear the shing as this happens, and then you are able to flip your feathers at him. Go ahead and roll mind to attack Drake.
So
and you can add
3d6?
any. Yes, and you can add any traits that you have that you think would aid you in trying to.
I mean, I'm using my
Drake's
divine.
life.
So I'm using my divine as part of the attack. So can I roll 46?
Yes, absolutely. Do you have any other traits you'd like to add?
Unless I can dual wield my wings.
Yes, absolutely. This is absolutely the time to dual wield your wings.
So 5d6.
Yeah, 5d6s. See if you get a 6. Let me know how many 6s you get.
I got 0 6s, but I got a 5.
Okay, a 5. That is a partial success.
Wait, she has a +1.
Oh, that's true.
I keep forgetting.
You have a +1 that somebody's given you.
Yeah,
you hit
use
Drake.
that and make that a 6.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Get him.
Thank you, Fair.
Beautiful. You throw these feathers at Drake. They slice into Drake's body and sort of slice him up like sushi, except if sushi was made of an elephant seal. There's like all these cross sections that just go straight through him. And Drake's
So it's like
head,
Body Worlds.
Yeah, it's just sort of, and what you see is like there's lines that appear like exactly like bodies, and it goes right through his body. His head just sort of slowly slides off. His face still trying to dance on the ground, his disembodied head just swinging back and forth. And he's still trying to sing Hotline Bling. As he says that, you hear Gnarly Noah go, whoa, 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 we're getting out of control here. Hey, let's not get out of control, you know? Look, we're getting up some mischief, and I'm mischievous, but I'm calculated. And as he says this, Gnarly Noah's face changes to become that of Drake. And you see his beard retracting back into his chin to become just a regular old chin beard. And Gnarly Noah looks down at himself with horror as he begins to dance. And suddenly you hear from outside, you hear so much auto-tune, and you hear the chords from Hotline Bling being played over the park sound system. This secret, top secret lab, I'm going to go ahead and say, has windows. And as you look out, you can see that people all over the park are turning into bizarre animal Drake hybrids. And as they turn into those hybrids, all of them begin to dance. Gnarly Noah looks up at you all and says, kill me. And is just dancing. Beyoncé is like, we gotta go. Something's gone horribly wrong. Back in time. We cannot stay here. The past has been changed, everybody. We got to get. Go ahead. Does anybody have anything they'd like to do as she says this?
I think the Crump is gonna go down and pick up the Drake head that was on the floor, and just go like, since screw it, we got paid for it. Alas, poor Drake, we knew him well, and we hated it. And then just like slam his head to the ground, in hopes that maybe, you know, that thing of like, granted his head's already been chopped off, but in the hopes of like, maybe since he's like the first Drake, that will affect the rest of the Drakes. So she just takes his head and starts just like bouncing it using Black Centric. And so while I use Black Centric, I am going to bounce his head like a Harlem Globetrotter.
Yes. You know what? Go ahead and roll. In this case, I would say either body or finesse.
And that will be dual wielding because I'm doing it with both hands since I'm a Harlem Globetrotter.
Of course. And add, go ahead, additional D6s for your dual wielding and for your blackness. I will go ahead and tell you, if you succeed on this, Drake's head will be destroyed.
I have succeeded.
Okay, awesome. Did you get more than 1 6?
I got 2 6s.
Okay, that is a crit. So I would like for you to describe what happens to Drake's head as you slam it into as you start dribbling it like a basketball.
So this is royalty free, I believe, because I believe that they use a song that was already a song that no one has to pay for. So you just slowly hear the auto tune going from what would sound like Hotline Bling if we could sing it to just like, I know, do 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 do, how that do do do, hotline do 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 do, and it slowly becomes overcome with the sounds of the Harlem Globetrotters famous like the do 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 do, and as I'm bouncing his head in between my legs, turning pump fake to no one, bust a backflip just because it's fun, throwing it up, I grab Drake's head and I go to Drake's body, and you can't really like posterize a body, but I do the closest thing that one can, which would be in this case, jumping up and then landing straight on his body with, I guess, my tailbone, while slamming the head down. And as the head explodes into meat and gore and gush, you can also hear slight cracks as his skull breaks open, which sounds like relief. And much like at the end of the Mortal Kombat movie, when Shang Tsung has freed his victims and they all begun to come and sprout out of his head, so too with Drake. All of the rappers that he is alleged to have kept careers down, all of the beats he is alleged to have stolen, and screw it, all of the cultural identities he is alleged to have taken, just start leaving his body one by one as they wave thank you to our party for freeing them from their eternal nightmare.
Excellent.
Liberation Day.
Yes, you see all of these spectral figures float out. That's beautiful. Take another resolve. That's absolutely gorgeous. Drake Prime is no more. It is a wonderful moment, and even in all the chaos, all of the Drakes pause for a moment and just look up and smile at all of the spectral figures being freed from their drakey prison. But it is not long before the Drake formerly known as Gnarly Noah, places a hand on your shoulder. And he looks at you and he says, I've never been reckless. It's always calculated. I'm mischievous, but I'm calculated. And he starts to haul off to punch you. He is going to try and just throw a punch right at you, the Crump. The Crump, I need you to roll me finesse to try and avoid it. And by the way, if any of you wish to help the Crump, as unfortunately Gnarly Drake is attacking, yes.
I would like to intervene with my ass cheeks.
Okay, I will let more than one of you try and help if you want.
Yeah,
I will. If your ass cheeks don't work, I have something, but I will let them try.
Okay, go ahead. I will say add another d6 because of cheeks, ass cheeks.
Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. And my finesse is 2. So I rolled a 2. I'm gonna need some help.
So I rolled a 4, but I have 2. No, I have a reroll. I'm gonna reroll my 2.
Go ahead and use your reroll.
No, that's a 3. I have a 4, and we have 2 +1s if we need a success, or someone else can try.
Yeah, and I have 2 resolves, so I'll go ahead and use 2 of my resolves to bump that up to a 4.
Okay, so when you spend your resolves, you can spend them specifically on time powers. In this particular case, we will say if you're spending 2 resolves, you can activate a time power.
You don't have to do your resolve, because Cypher said in the chat that she rolled her finesse and got a 6.
Oh, okay.
To help you succeed.
It would be.
Thank you for Valuing and for the Opera Geek for donating 2 +1s to Cypher. So you have those in your bank now too.
Beautiful. So all of you convene on the Crump as Drake is just hauling off, as Gnarly Drake is trying to hit her, and manage to pull her out of the way. Gnarly Drake spins and face plants. The entire entourage, all of whom are also now Drake, rush at you as well. Beyoncé looks at you all and says, we got to get out of here. There's too many Drakes. She presses the button on the door, slides open, and she says, go, go, go. And Who Run the World starts playing as you all are able to make your exit for the tram. The tram is currently unoccupied, so if you make it onto the tram, you can make it back to the parking lot.
Before we go, can I grab the spirit of Drake that thinks he's Jamaican?
Absolutely, yes. Okay. One of the spectral Drakes is wearing a Rasta wig with the hat and the dreadlocks. You can tell it is fake. It does not match his actual hair at all. It has blonde highlights in it, in fact, which you can tell even though it is spectral. You grab that Drake and bring him with you.
Great. Okay, that's good. I run.
He just goes.
GM,
yes, go ahead.
GM, you have 2 rerolls, or 2 rewinds from Super Dylan and from Warden Clive. They have said to use it neighborly.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you to both of you. Much appreciated. So all of you, as you are running, we are going to have our very first time chaos roll, because time chaos is starting to get out of whack. Time chaos is the big wild mechanic for this particular game. I'm going to say that since the time chaos always starts at 1, I'm going to say that this is a 1-shot. I'm going to say we add 3 to that. Time chaos jumps up to 4, just right off the bat, because there are way too many Drakes, and also we have released all the artists and styles that Drake has bitten over the years. So the timeline is currently in a state of flux, even aside from whatever has happened in the past to turn everyone into Drakes. I need everyone to roll me a D12. And rather, not everyone, sorry. I'm going to change a trait because something in the past has changed. And in fact, because we're adding more time chaos, I'm going to change 3 traits. Of those 3, and if you have one of those 3 traits, then you have to roll a D12. So those 3 traits, I'm going to pick an adjective, a noun, and a verb. We're going to go transformative, buckle, and mosh. If you have any of those 3, I need you to roll me a D12.
All 3?
If you have all 3, then you have to roll 3 D12s.
Oh Lord, okay.
Jeez.
Cool. Okay, do I add them together?
No, you just tell me what you got on each of them.
Okay, I rolled a 10, a 3, and a 2.
Okay.
Mhm.
With a 10, we're going to say the 10 goes for transformative. Transformative, just so everybody knows, transformative has now changed to single form.
Okay.
What did I say? Buckle was the next one that would change?
Yes.
Buckle is now changing to zipper. And Mosh is changing to freak dance. Now, if you rolled below 4 on either of those, unfortunately, your current trait is replaced by the new trait. And those of you who are traveling with Luthera notice that as Luthera sort of moonwalks across the ground, as the pile of buckles moonwalks across the ground, it gains the cadence gains a strangely like dad dance type of rhythm, almost as if it's dancing to an inner ripoff of Caribbean music. And ever so faintly on the wind, you can hear the chords of Hotline Bling emerging from Luthera's pile of buckles, which is a body, I guess, as you all rush onto, in fact, even Caribbean Drake starts dancing in unison with Luthera as they both shimmy their way onto the tram. Does anybody have anything they'd like to do or say as the tram zips through the sky? And was anyone else affected by those? You had to roll and got a 6? Great. Siren, you get to keep your trait. Which of the traits did you get changed?
Transformative.
Okay, transformative. If you ever use transformative, you will need to roll again to keep it. Because it's currently, technically, that trait doesn't exist.
Gotcha.
Because of how the past has been changed. You guys are zipping through the sky. Does anybody have anything they'd like to do or say as you're zipping back towards the parking lot?
Luthera, are y'all doing okay with the situation that's happening over there?
I feel fine. I feel fine.
Aye.
And they are like, now the buckles have started to unzip out of matter and become a series of zippers instead. And every, like, they are, as they dance, there are a few that just start unzipping to more zippers. There's nothing under them.
Do the zippers look like dreadlocks? Like
yeah, they're
dreadlocks that are hanging down.
They've got weight to them. They click a little bit when they move. I'm good. I think I'm good.
Yeah, you good. Caribbean Drake says.
I feel encouraged.
What a metamorphosis. What the fuck? And I'll go to Cheeks and just be like, so, what are we doing about this? We have to do something about this, right? On top of the dinosaurs and whatever else stuff. Drake is not inspirational.
No, not at all. And I'm kind of horrified by this entire situation. But the last time we were on one of these tram situations, I almost exploded into meat. So I'm just doing my best to hold on right now. And you can see her gigantic ass is like gripping the bars as tightly as possible. And like they've planted their feet extra hard, like on the ground, and their face has like a lot of tension in it as they're just kind of staring into your eyeballs.
I would tell you to unclench, but you might go flying.
This is what I'm saying. I think I have bigger fish to fry than Drake, but also fucking ew. Okay.
Yeah,
Ew.
This is pretty bad.
Your conversation is interrupted by a smacking sound as from all around the park, thousands of drakes begin throwing themselves physically at the tram. Each of them, as they smack into it, yells out, "Grammy!" Just Grammy. They're just smacking into this thing. It's like a bunch of bugs. They're leaving full-on bloody smears on the windshield as you're speeding through the sky. There is a pile of broken drakes left in your wake. Beyoncé looks at all of you and says, "Okay, team, listen up. When we get back to that time machine, we're gonna have to go back in time. We're gonna have to pinpoint when things changed, because fuck me, we cannot have all these drakes. Okay, one was enough. In fact, one was too much. All right, we need to go back and we need to undrakify the people. Do we agree?
We
Yes.
killed Drake Prime and that didn't work. Why didn't it work?
I think the problem here is that the reason that Drake started reappearing everywhere is that something got changed in the past to create this future.
Like
Someone
a moth
Drakified
effect?
everybody. Say again?
That's what you would call like a moth effect?
Yes.
Cocoon effect?
Yeah, you can call it whatever you like. I like you, Cheeks.
Thanks.
She smiles, and immediately, because she has a radio hooked up, all of the now Drakified operators who normally listen to everything Beyoncé says head to the history books, cross out butterfly effect, and write out moth effect, thereby erasing butterfly effect from the historical record. It has now always been the moth effect, as far as humanity is concerned, and android kind. So decreed by Queen Bee. So as you are flying along, you reach the parking lot. She looks at you all and she says, okay, everybody, I'm going to have to break out my sheer awesomeness, my sheer flyness, and I will protect you all as you make your way to the vehicle. Okay? But y'all going to have to get ready to make a break for it. You ready?
Are we getting information?
She smiles at you. Go ahead and take a point of resolve. In fact, Beyonce says to you, take a point of resolve. Beyonce knows she's in a game.
Meta Beyonce.
She smiles at you, and she says, all right. Yeah, and you all get into formation. She presses the button, goes out, and starts doing the single ladies dance so violently that she is just killing drinks. As drinks are like running forward, she is just whoop, and like putting them through people's heads, like through Drake's heads, just slaughtering the Drakes, clearing a path for you all to be able to run to your time machine. We need to decide what kind of time machine you all have, because there are a couple of different options here. Let me find the exact. There's just a few. So there's the Parapod, which is a large spherical pod that fits 6. It rumbles before teleporting through time and space. It does kind of roll everywhere, but it is portable and spacious. There's the Chrono Cruiser, which is a flux capacitor-equipped automobile that runs through time at 88 miles per hour. It does require speed and terrain, but it is stylish. There's the Hyperbolic Chill-Out Chamber, which unfortunately would not work for you guys because you can only move forward in time, and you're going to need to move backwards. But there is also the Reverse Treadmill, which sends you back in time, provided you run backwards. The pros are that it's great exercise. The cons are that it is great exercise.
Guys, wait, can we, I got it. I can only go backwards. I can only go up and down and backwards.
Yeah.
You all have come here on weirdly a reverse treadmill that you've used to travel to Gnarly Noah's Ark Safari. Just parked out there. You all are able to hop on. It starts to activate. Beyonce presses the activation. Beyonce also knows how to moonwalk because of course she does. And you all begin hurriedly moonwalking. As she does this, as you all are moonwalking, some of the Drakes, seeing you use a move that is most commonly associated with Michael Jackson, also jump onto the treadmill and start enthusiastically moonwalking, saying, look, I'm the new king of pop. And a lot of them are just doing it, except they all have animal legs. So it's like a giraffe moonwalking and like a gorilla and all these different things moonwalking along with you.
I'm going to use my Black Centric and start fighting them as though I were one of the dancers in the Beat It video.
Beautiful. Go ahead and roll. We're going to say roll finesse because that dance is slick.
And that is also dual wielding because they did have knives and then they also had jazz hands. And I consider those to both be weapons.
Absolutely. What is your third trait?
My third trait? So my traits are dual wielding, backflip, and Black Centric.
Okay. There's no backflips in that music video, are there?
Not that I can remember.
Are you sure no one backflips off of a vehicle?
Oh, I will also say.
I feel like at least one Michael Jackson video someone backflips off of a
I will say
placing
Quincy
memories
Jones
in our
is
heads.
backflipping in his grave at seeing at all of these Drakes trying to fight Michael Jackson.
Perfect. So what's that, 4 dice?
Yes.
And I rolled a 5. I will use one of my resolves to make it a 6.
Okay. Cool. You turn your resolve into you turn your attempt into a success, which means that none of the drakes will successfully attack any of you while you travel back in time. Things disappear. It becomes a beautiful, as you're traveling through time, the landscape falls away and becomes a beautiful Pan-African kaleidoscope of colors as you go floating through time, moonwalking through time on your reverse treadmill, heading back and back and back all the way to where you see the dial says, because instead of like the speed and incline and all that, it just shows what date you're going to. It says 1929. As you all stop and the treadmill sort of powers down, the drakes you think the drakes may have fallen off somewhere in the process. You're not sure if they're all gone per se, but none of them are currently on the treadmill with you. But that is the least of your concerns, because as you stand here, you see a sight that you would have seen probably in some history books. Very tall Art Deco style buildings. You see very old-fashioned automobiles. You see a very large, what looks like a train station, except there is no train. What there is something that seems completely out of place with the construction, but weirdly in place with the rest of the things around. Because the people who are walking this way and that, they are not human beings. They are in fact dinosaurs. You see a consignathus rushing by saying, "Good golly, I'm late for work," sprinting past. You see that there is a pair of Edmontosauruses on a date, holding hands. You see that there is a Triceratops doing the Charleston just on a street corner. They are all fully clothed, all wearing classic 1920s outfits. And in particular, I think one that would catch your eye because it looks semi-familiar in sort of a weird way. You see an Allosaurus. If you're not familiar with an Allosaurus is, it's essentially a theropod dinosaur with longer arms than a T-Rex, a little bit smaller than a T-Rex, but still very large. But there's something about this Allosaurus. It's got silvery white curly hair. It looks pretty masculine, in fact, and something about its features. They look strangely familiar. You could swear you have seen those features in a history book, but they weren't on a dinosaur. They were on a human being. This hair is not Doc Brown-like. It's very, very short and well kempt. And you see that this Allosaurus is wearing a suit, has just emerged from a building that says Salon du Scale, and you see that his eyes are filling with tears. And as he walks, he says, "Why won't you love me? Why won't you love me? All I have for you is love in my heart." You hear him muttering this to himself as he walks by. As he walks, you see he's carrying a briefcase. On that briefcase, you see he has a name inscribed: Allosaurus Locke. This is a relatively deep cut if you don't know your Harlem Renaissance history, but I won't make you roll. Allosaurus Locke looks shockingly like the father of the Harlem Renaissance himself, Alan Locke, walking by with tears in his eyes as he walks towards this what should be a train station, but is in fact what appears to be a pterodactyl station. You see people loading themselves onto pterodactyls, dinosaurs, which then fly away into the sky. And you see, as you watch as Allosaurus Locke is walking past you, he stops for a moment and turns back and says, "Excuse me, I don't mean to be rude. I'm a bit distraught at the moment, but I have to comment. You all look both black and beautiful. Even you," as he points to the pile of buckles and zippers. "I apologize, but well, I'm having a little bit of a rough day. Would you all mind spending a little time with me? I could use some company."
I think that like you just sort of look like you need a friend, and like all of us are like really good friends. So
Yeah, we probably got a couple of seconds before we have to finish saving the world. I don't see why we can't help this really nice dinosaur man.
Yes, thank you so much. He says, do you all have, I should ask, are you dinosaurs? Because if you are dinosaurs, that's entirely fine. I've just never seen dinosaurs of your exact phenotypes.
I think Alter just sings, "We've got skin," and like just immediately jazz pianist like burst forth.
As you do this, 3 other dinosaurs jump out and start doing a choreographed routine with you. It's fully harmonizing.
I think I'm stealing more choreo from Beyoncé. I'm desperate to get her approval.
Okay, I'm going to need for you to make me a finesse roll.
Oh no.
Because you need to impress the queen.
can
Can I choose to
assist?
fail? Sorry, I want to choose to fail.
Yes, you choose to fail. You do not impress Beyonce at all. She gives you side eye and then just goes, and turns and walks towards the pterodactyl.
Yeah, that was very good. I'm pretty sure.
It's okay, Alter. At least she didn't tell you not to worry about your luggage.
Oh, yeah. I guess it could have been worse. Anyway, sir, what could we do to? Where are you headed? Can we come along with you?
Well, yes, I'm having a little bit of a love trouble, you see. A fellow that I've had feelings for a long time, but he's never really reciprocated. I was actually just heading to a club. Your skills will be perfect there. In fact, it's a beautiful, beautiful place. All sorts of wonderful performers there. Would you like to come? It's called the Lacy Lizard.
Yeah, we love clubs. I'm right. We like. What kind of music do they play there?
Oh, only the hottest jazz.
Send me a hand to my heart. You are someone I could follow to the ends of the earth. Take me there.
As he's talking, he says, "Now, I'm hoping to go and make an impassioned speech to my beloved. And if he accepts, well," and he reaches into his pocket and says, "I'm going to give him this," and pulls out a ring. A ring that you notice has a conspicuously green top. Like whatever jewel is on there. In fact, if anything, it looks like this jewel contains something green on the inside. It sort of shines from the inside of this ring as he holds it out. And as he does this, the words of Gnarly Noah and of Neil deGrasse Tysotron echo in each of your minds. There was a green key, a blue key, and a red key.
Can I examine this ring? Because I don't know, it's green and I've got a lot in mind.
He's like,
Can I assist as she reaches for it and start to exclaim about all the facts that I have in my mind about weddings?
Absolutely, please.
And love.
You find that Allosaurus Locke is because of his dire straits, as he's sort of ushering over to the pterodactyl, he is willing to let you like hold it. He keeps a very close eye on it, like what you're doing with it, but he recognizes that this is pretty unusual for him to just approach a bunch of strangers and be like, "Hey, would you like to come with me?" But he also does not want to lose this ring. So he watches you, but yeah, go ahead and examine it. What would you like to do?
So I rolled my mind. I got 1-6.
Okay.
I'm just kind of like, all of my eyes, because biblically accurate, are like examining this ring, turning it around, trying to see if I feel anything from it. Like, does anything resonate from where we came, like the time period we came from, other than, oh, look, it's green.
In this particular case, as you look at it, there's nothing about this ring that looks particularly of your time period, except for the fact that the thing inside of this diamond looks like a sort of high-tech green key that has been like preserved, somehow inserted into this diamond, and is sitting there looking bright and beautiful.
Where did you get this?
Oh, well, it was passed down through my family for generations. There are a number of, strange objects found and trapped in various other substances, usually amber, but in this case, diamond. I thought it would be appropriate to give to him.
And I just kind of look at the others like, should we tell him? Should we just take it and run?
So I'm going to you've still got it, right, Siren?
Yes.
I'm gonna see, can we do an assist? I want to see if there's a way that we can feel if there's any wavelengths off this ring, which will lead us to the other rings. I'm sorry, what were those ring colors again?
The ring colors were red, green, and blue.
Red, green, and blue. Okay. So actually, okay, I'm going to I'm going to add to Siren's looking, say, hey, I think if we can use this to like maybe find the other rings, that could be really, really useful. And add I'm going to add my black centric to be able to find the red. And then I'm going to grab Alter and then see if Alter will be able to possibly use her severe aversion to blue to be able to feel if she can feel that negative energy.
All right.
Metal detector.
Rad.
So,
Yeah.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll.
Sweet. So how many am I rolling?
In this particular case, you would roll, I'm going to say mind, because that seems the most appropriate here. It's going to be mind plus your black centric, which is 1 die, plus, what was the other one that you were going to roll? Oh, you were trying to have Alter. I will go ahead and say that because of Alter's thing, I will let you add an additional D6.
perfect.
Okay. I got a 5. I'm going to add my resolve to it, make it a 6.
Okay. So you get a success. Alter, and well, as you're looking at this and sort of looking around at this beautiful, like as you're looking around, it looks like weirdly the skyline, even though it looks like a classic Manhattan skyline, there's something weird about the horizon. It almost looks like, for a moment, you're like, no, but then you're like, wait a minute. It looks like there's a giant dome over the city. And also, why are the clouds so close? And you can see, it appears that you're under some kind of a dome that is much higher in the air than you ever would have anticipated. And it also looks like you might be moving through the air based on how the clouds are moving around you. But as you're sort of looking around, you notice a number of very distinct statues. These statues that resemble something similar. It's like, the best way to describe it would be like a mutant Tyrannosaurus Rex, looking incredibly jacked with the most jacked tiny little arms that you have ever seen. And on his crown, a little red key. And you see a number of these statues around the city. And I will say with your as just before you take off, you're able to you can either choose to ask somebody what those statues are, or you can choose to try and squint and see what they are. Which would you prefer?
Ooh.
Yeah, either Alter or the Crump can decide this.
While y'all are thinking, I want to say congratulations to Warden Clive 1 for winning our tea bundle. Our $25 tea gift certificate. Go ahead and enter it to win our last and final giveaway to Die Hard Dice $50 gift card.
Hey, congratulations, Warden Cliff. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So as you're about to take off on this pterodactyl transit authority, the PTA, what would you like? Would you like to ask somebody what those statues are, or would you rather try and squint and see?
So Crump, should I talk to someone and ask them, or what are we thinking?
I think that you're really good when it comes to the talking with your mouth parts. If you want to go and ask somebody what the statues are.
Yeah, I think that me trying to figure out what it means is a bit dangerous, I guess, in case, I happen to glance upon something blue. So I think I'll wander up to a dinosaur. I will put my arm out, and just whoever runs it clotheslines into my arm, I will pull them to the side.
Okay, you see, actually heading for the same pterodactyl that you just got off of before it's about to take off, you see a woman dressed in a beautiful white tuxedo with coattails, carrying a top hat, walking. She is, in this particular case, she is not a human woman. She looks like a Dilophosaurus. A Dilophosaurus is another theropod dinosaur that famously had a crest on its head. You may remember it from the first Jurassic Park where they gave it like a frill and had it spit venom for some reason. To my knowledge, there is no evidence of either of those things in the fossil record, but it did have a cool pair of like crests on its head. You see that this woman walking towards, and she got junk in the trunk. Like she's thick. She's a thick lady. She's carrying a beautiful cane. She's heading off. You clothesline her. She says, "Hey, can I help you?"
Yeah, I was just your beautiful assets. I mean, your cane is just so gorgeous, and I had a couple of questions for you.
Oh, well, sweetie, if you'd like to inspect my cane a little bit closer, I'm heading over to a club right now, the Lacy Lizard. I'm planning, in fact, to perform. Would you like to come with me?
I would love to. I'm a bit of a performer myself, you could say.
Ooh, I could smell it on you. She holds out a clawed hand. Gladilophosaurus Bentley.
I take one claw. Alter Jones.
She says, "You're the unscaliest dinosaur I've ever seen in my life. Well, except for that one guy who shows up sometimes. Why don't we to the pterodactyl, shall we?"
Of course. And I will look over at the crump and go, and then go back.
She sits down and just sort of puts you on her lap because she is quite a bit larger, just to save room. If you'd like to, you can get off her lap if you want. But she basically
I'm absolutely there. I'm already there.
She plops you on her lap and she says, "Now, baby." As the pterodactyl takes off, you can hear the sobbing of Allosaurus Locke behind you as Gladilophosaurus Bentley, which is a take on Gladys Bentley, if any of you are familiar, rises into the air on this pterodactyl's back with you sitting on her lap. And she says, "Now tell me, little baby, what questions did you have for me?"
Those statues. I saw some statues while I was walking around the town, and I wanted to see what is that about?
The statues of our beloved God Emperor Laplace Rex.
Oh, God Emperor, what? So, how many of them are there?
How many statues or how many Laplaces?
Yeah, how many statues?
Oh, they're all over the city, baby. Everybody here loves Laplace.
And how many Laplaces are there?
Well, as far as I know, there's only the one.
Maybe
if you want to meet him, if you win the contest, at the Lacy Lizard, they're gonna be having a Bronto Burlesque. If you win the Bronto Burlesque, you get an audience with God Emperor Laplace Rex.
That sounds just up my alley, and my friends. They're back there.
Like to inspect your alley. She turns and looks.
As she's turning and looking, I'm just staring very intensely at her. But I will point at my friends.
She turns and waves at each of you.
Yeah, does it cost money to enter the Bronto Burlesque?
Oh, no, baby. Not if you win.
All right, then I will plan to win then.
I can't wait to see it. You see, I'm going to be one of the judges. And she smiles.
Oh, well, I'll excuse myself just so it makes it a little bit easier for you to cast your vote in the end.
Oh, baby, trust me. Won't nothing be easier than to vote for you. As you all are flying through the air, she looks around at the group and says, "So what brings y'all to Upper Manhattan?"
Just doing a little bit of traveling. My friends and I wanted to see the sights.
Oh, I see you met Allosaurus here. He's a little still lovesick there, Allosaurus. He says, Yes, I am. I don't know what it is. I can't get through to him. He says, "Oh, don't worry. He goes off like this every week."
Oh, yeah, every week. Wait, for the same person?
Yes, it's sort of a long-term pining situation. He's been making overtures, and well, Bengalamimus just isn't interested.
Who could not be interested in such a specimen. I turn back around, tear-stained. Like, tear-stained dinosaur.
She says, well, honey, Lengalamimus Hughes is very appealing to some, but not very much to me.
I see.
And she gives you a wink.
Just flick my hair.
Cheeks goes way too loud. Have you decided to put your feelings into a really beautiful poem? Have you tried that yet?
You hear Jamaican Drake, who is still with the group, say,
good,
"Oh,
good.
That's a great idea, man. That's a great idea. I'm gonna do that right
I am
now."
so not talking to you.
He continues shimmying through the air. You hear, you think, you see that, hearing that, Allosaurus is like, "Oh, I could never compare to Lengalamimus's beautiful poetry. Oh, he's a brilliant, brilliant man." Yes, go
If
ahead.
I may suggest something, just to sort of start you off, whatever it takes, we know we can make it through. If we hold out, we know we can make it through. Be the best.
He looks very thoughtful for a moment. And he's like, "You might be onto something there." And starts to try and starts taking notes with his little dinosaur claws as you all are flying through the air. It's not long before you see the beautiful Lacy Lizard Club. You see all sorts of dinosaurs, all of whom are coated black, entering and leaving, many of them very finely dressed. Some beautiful outfits. You see furs, you see all sorts of beautiful, and also a lot of these people also have feathers. They just naturally have feathers because they're dinosaurs. But it's a very, very colorful array here that are all arriving at the Lacy Lizard. As you are landing, Beyoncé looks at all of you and says, "Okay, so I've been sort of listening in on this. Do we have a plan of action? It sounds like we already know where one of the keys is, and we already know where a second key is. It's about getting that first key and the second key, and then figure out where the third key is. Do we have a plan to get those keys?"
You're doing the burlesque competition. I think if we help Allosaurus, maybe we could jump him, or the person they're trying to romance. I feel like
Lengalamimus Hughes?
Yes, I feel like Lengalamimus feels easier to jump just because they're a poet.
Of course. She looks thoughtful and says, "Okay, who wants to perform? Alter, you had said that you might perform. Does
I
anybody
will
else?
be performing.
You will?
Yes.
I would
Okay, does
also
anybody-
like to perform.
We can do a group act. I can get up there with you. Well, if I go up, we just
That would be
automatically win
everything.
the
That would be great, actually.
I think that's
Oh,
an important thing to do, personally.
You guys should do it
yeah,
together.
I would love
Are
to
you sure?
perform
I
with
wanted to give
you.
you all a chance to do something. It'd be too easy if I went.
I mean, that's true.
That's true. And Cheeks, I love you, but we do have to start distinguishing ourselves in our acts. We always go together, and we should try something. We should just see who wins, honestly.
The more entries,
Fine,
the better
that's
we have a
fine.
chance of
It's a
winning.
win for all of us.
Yeah,
Win.
I think that's good.
She turns to the rest
Yeah.
of the party. Do any of the rest of you want to join?
The crump. I think you've got potential.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll.
I guess
you can juggle the crumb.
Or
Yeah,
like
let's
bring
see
your
what I
metal
can-
cup. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I can do a little play through the little cup song, and maybe I can do a little bit of a rhyme. The people at the gathering, they are known for being really good at rhyming.
That.
Yes.
And also, Luthera, I mean, you have buckles and zippers that you can undo, and that's
Oh.
kind of like the foundation of Brontolesque. So,
Okay. I'm zipping up what you're buckling down. Let's do it.
Incredible. Okay, so each of you are going to enter with your own. Is Siren interested in joining?
Absolutely, positively not.
What is Siren's plan going to be while the others are going up to perform?
Siren was going to try to use her biblically accurate angelic wiles to get the ring from our dinosaur friend and act like a go-between, because their overtures apparently never have worked. So it's like, yo, they don't know me. I could be just here. And then, accidentally on purpose, that ring never quite get where it's going.
Okay, yeah, that is a definite possibility. All right. I will say that Allosaurus completely accepts you acting as a go-between because he is so after all this time of making overtures, he's like, look, I need help. I am humble enough to recognize when a brother needs help. So if
Just
you're
point
willing
me
to-
toward the dinosaur of your dreams. I got you. I got you.
Oh, thank you. He smiles. As you all enter, this place is bumping. There is jazz playing. You can see the band is hot. Among the band, you can see a Diplodocus, who is a Diplodocus, for the record, is a sauropod dinosaur, four-legged, long neck. This Diplodocus has a very long neck that is sort of craned around and is playing a tiny cornet that is balanced between his big dinosaur legs. You recognize this, of course, as Diplui Armstrong. You see that on piano, you see a Baryonyx, which is famous for having quite big claws. It looks kind of like a Spinosaurus, except without the sail, sort of a long crocodilian face. Another rather large sauropod dinosaur, of course, with that hair and with that suit and with that beautiful musicality. Who else could it be but Duke Ellingtonix? You see as well, basically writing lyrics, it seems like, off the top of his head. The one white-coated dinosaur who is here, a beautiful lyricist, Ankylosaurus Porter, who has showed up and he's like the beat of the tom-tom, and he's just trying to, they're like, yeah, and they're playing along, just fully arranging a new version of Night and Day as you walk in there, and listening to this and then jumping in with her own ad-libs is a Myosaurus. A Myosaurus, in this case, I believe a Myosaurus is actually a beaked dinosaur, but let me make sure of that. Or Myosaura, rather. Yeah, beaked, four-legged dinosaur, sort of like Ducky from Land Before Time, sort of the vibes. Not the same, but similar. This is a feminine dinosaur. You can see she's a woman. She has curly hair. She's quite thick as well. Perhaps not quite as pretty as Gladolophosaurus Bentley, but she really has a charm to her. This is, no question, Myosaura Rainey. And then dancing on the stage, unmistakable. You know the beak, you know the hands. Oviraptor, a famous egg-eating dinosaur, dancing with sort of a classic flapper hairdo, despite the fact that she is black, in a suit made of bananas, is of course Joviraptor Baker. And the club is bumping. People are just going wild. People are laughing, joking, drinking. As you all enter, those of you who are going to enter the contest are sort of ushered away by Gladolophosaurus Bentley to the entry table, where you can see other judges seated. And those of you which I guess is just Siren, who are not going, as you are sort of standing there with Allosaurus Locke, he looks at you and says, look, there he is. And you hear wafting over the beautiful jazz music. You hear, what happened to a dino deferred? Does it dry up like a reptile in the sun? Or grow feathers, give a roar, and then run? And of course, who could it be but Langolamimus Hughes, sitting there holding court with a crowd of other famous literary dinosaurs. Perhaps most prominent among all of them is, of course, W.E.B. Dubrontosaurus. Most of his body is not visible in the room. It is basically just his head, because Dilophosauruses are way too big to fit in this room. It is essentially just his head and neck that have extended into the club from outside, and he's nodding thoughtfully as Langolamimus Hughes pontificates. What do you do, Siren?
I'm just kind of, for a split second, kind of awestruck by this dinosaur. And that's the one that I'm giving the ring to, right?
Yep.
Can I go talk to this dinosaur? Like, can
Absolutely.
I be like, hey, let me ride your head and we can talk outside?
Okay. Do you want to talk to W.E.B. Dubrontosaurus, or do you want to talk to Langolamimus Hughes?
Who is
in fact
ring,
a Gallimimus?
whoever the ring is supposed to go to.
Okay, that's supposed to go to Lengalamimus Hughes. A Gallimimus is a two-legged dinosaur, kind of like if a kangaroo was a dinosaur. They were relatively, they were quite a bit smaller than, say, like the Brontosaurus would be. They were two-legged. They could run very fast. Actually, you see like a herd of them in the first Jurassic Park. The main characters get caught in a herd of them running along. Yeah, you could absolutely approach him. And I mean, WEB to Brontosaurus can always sort of reach his head out of the group if you need privacy.
Yeah, let's do that so that it looks like I'm going to go talk to this dinosaur.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, as we are like ferried away on the giant dinosaur's head, I'm like, look, bro, the dinosaur that gave me this ring fancies you. I hear it doesn't go so well, I guess, every week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna be straight with you. We need this ring, and can we just pretend like you're considering it? Because we won't be here that long. We need this to get back home. You don't really need that smoke in your life and that stress. But, we can just disappear for a little bit, and then when you come back, you can pretend you took the ring, if that makes sense.
Just so I'm clear, because we haven't met, I just want to make sure I'm on the same page. You're here on behalf of Allosaurus Locke?
Yes.
And he's once again seeking my affections. And he sent you here with a ring to give to me. But you want to take the ring secretly and have me pretend like I received it, and maybe I'm at least considering accepting it, so that you, the strange, scaleless dinosaurs that you are, no offense, frankly, I love the shade of your skin, it matches what is in my soul, is what I mean. And he says, you all want to go home. That's correct? I have this right?
Correct. As you can tell, we don't belong here.
All right. Well, he looks back and forth and says, all right, let me let you in on this. I suppose it could be said that I have some kind of feelings for Mr. Locke. However, I'll be honest, I'm a little nervous because I think what Mr. Locke is seeking is maybe a bit more of a physical relationship than I am comfortable with personally. I love a good handhold. I love a good looking into each other's eyes. I love a good writing poetry to each other and exchanging expressions of devotion. I'm not as into the egg-producing activities, if you understand what I mean. So that's not your thing. No. He is my thing, but as long as we can keep leave room for Dino Jesus.
I try in character. I'm trying real hard not to laugh because, well, out of character, I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. So I'm like, have you talked to him about this? That's a good way to get this expectation out there and see if that's the thing he'll be cool with.
Do you think he'd be willing to hear me out? I mean, he looks up to me. It almost feels like he worships me a little bit. I just don't want to let him down. Do you think he'd be receptive?
I think if you sat and had a nice cup of tea, probably not in a jazz club because it's loud, just sat and talked about, hey, I fancy you too, but here's my line, and see if that's the line he's not willing to accept, then you're not compatible. But if he's cool with being more friendly and casual and touchy-feely, but that's as far as it goes, then I see a bright future for you both.
He gives a little smile in as much as a dinosaur can smile. And he
says, that
terrifies
terrifies me because they're all the teeth.
He smiles and says, okay, bring him on over.
All right. So quick out of character. Is there any way where I could duplicate this ring?
I will be honest with you. As soon as like he looks and locks eyes with Allosaurus, you get the impression that neither one of them, like the look that he gives is so meaningful, and the look that Allosaurus gives back is so meaningful. You get the impression that both of them have just forgotten that you were ever there.
I love that for both of them and for me. So I'm just like, you should invite them. Oh, I don't know if some place is still open, go get a cup of tea, go get a cup of coffee. I'll talk in this loud jazz club.
He has just gotten up and is practically Disney style floating across the club towards Allosaurus Lock, where he walks up to him and just you don't even hear what he says, but what he's saying in the hand motions, there seems to be some genuine emotion pouring out of him. And after a few moments, you see Allosaurus reach out and grasp his claws, and they look deep into each other's eyes as they begin conversing back and forth. And you see the two of them sort of walk off to a dark corner of the club, apparently to sort of hash things out. You are left holding the ring.
I put it in wherever I got pockets.
As you succeed on this task, Beyoncé comes and sits next to you, and she says, "Good job. Now why don't we have a seat? The show's about to start." And she sits down. Now, each of you are going to be able to describe what your performance is, and then you're going to roll for your performance. Whoever gets the most 6s will be our winner. I will also be rolling for the other dinos to see if any of them beat you. The stage itself is a beautiful, beautiful stage that is, the floor is actually made of what looks like non-slip ice. And below that ice, you can see a huge megalodon swimming beneath the waves, back and forth. Basically, the giant shark, the giant prehistoric shark, is swimming around underneath the ice, like underneath the actual performance stage, just right beneath each of you. Who would like to go up and perform first?
I'll do it. Nobody else wants to do it. I'll go first.
Okay, Crump, what do you do? What are you doing up there?
Crump walks up to the stage. Crump is wearing jorts. Crump, using, I guess, dual wielding, taking, slowly kind of burlesquing, and, like, not really taking anything off, but like kind of being peaky with it, while also singing one of the rhyme songs of her people, but adapting it into jazz. So like, a scooby-doo-bip-a-doop. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left, because I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is scooby-doo-bip-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop, gangsta, gangsta. It's a paradise. Everything is big and dinosaurs are real, and we gotta get to go and bye-bye.
Take a resolve. That's fantastic. That is incredible. Go ahead and roll. I don't even know which one to roll for that. Which is your best stat? Which stat do you think you would have used for this incredible performance?
So my my best stat is body. So my body's an instrument. That's what they said in theater school.
I will say that Duke Ellingtonics is immediately picking up what you're laying down and is accompanying you along with Depluy Armstrong. They are completely like accompanying you effortlessly.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, so that one, and then the dual wielding, because I've got the mic, and then also like kind of funs with the clothes. So that gives me if you allow it, that would give me like 5 dice.
Go for it. Roll those 5d6s. Everybody else, be thinking of your routines.
That's a 6.
How many 6s do you have?
1 6.
1 6. Beautiful. That was a gorgeous, gorgeous performance. The judges, in this particular case, the 3 judges are, we already mentioned Gladolophosaurus Bentley. The other judge is Ankylosaurus Porter, and there is a 3rd judge. This judge is he's one of the biggest of the theropods who is here. He is very tall. He has tiny little arms. He does not have muscular arms. He is pretty burly and beefy. And even though he is somewhat paler than the other dinosaurs, there's something about him that still seems like maybe he is also maybe a black dinosaur. This is, of course, the famous Babe Rex, sitting with the other dinosaurs, very boisterously shouting out, "Bravo! Bravo! Incredible! Ha ha!" And then trying to clap his tiny arms. as everybody else shouts applause and screams and throws up hats. An incredible performance. Fantastic. Well done, the Crump. We're going to jump over to who would like to perform next. Cheeks McCoy, get on up there. Tell me what you're going to do.
Cheeks gets up there looking bochi, feeling excited on the inside, but on the outside, very cool, very calm, very put together. And they think about seeing that beautiful banana skirt. They think about the other dinosaurs of this time showing up and representing. And then they think about the dinosaurs from the future as well, such icons as Megalodon the stallion, and is very excited for this performance. They really dig deep, and they turn around very taking pages out of Beyonce's book. They turn around very quickly and they do a shoulder and they toss their hair very kind of dramatically, hoping that the feathers that they have put in it dazzle their audience. And then they twerk. They introduce the art of twerking to these dinosaurs. They put one leg up. They do kind of an extension. They lean over, and they're just fantastic. Too much ass. Almost, they have to hold back, which is why the bochi really comes into play. As they exclaim the lyrics to one of their favorite songs, trying to impress Mr. Porter, giving this "My Funny Valentine" effect. They try to give the best twerking performance they can, but pull back just a little bit so that their axe claps don't break the sound barrier. They're gonna save that for later if we need it.
They start handing out earplugs. You can see the dinosaurs start handing out earplugs so that people can use them because just the sonic force of your dummy thickness. Yeah. And I think that's what happens. And she ends in a majestic split. And then does like a little claw thing with their arms. A little T-Rex arms?
Just to sell it through.
Go ahead, please, and roll. This feels like a body roll, frankly. That was a lot of body involved in that. Please roll body plus any traits that you were able to justify during that. Sounded like there were at least two.
I think there were two. Technically, I tried to use all three. I don't know if you're going to give me all three.
I'll give you all three.
Thank you. Because I feel as though I used bochi to keep from breaking people's brains entirely. I exclaimed, and I am rolling the paradigm of booty shaking.
Of course.
That is 2 6s. I'm going to use one of my rerolls.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get one more.
Okay.
No, that's a 3.
Okay. 2 6s. The crowd goes wild. You're not sure if it's just because they love the performance or also because their hearing has been damaged and they can't hear themselves clapping as much. But they are clapping so loud. Babe Rex is like having to be restrained. He is reaching out with his tiny T-Rex arms, wanting to get a piece of that thing. The others, Ankylosaurus Porter is like, beautiful, a wonderful effort. Wonderful, gorgeous, darling. You're a star. And you see that I think Alter Jones is perhaps dismayed at the fact that Gladylophosaurus Bentley is giving like some. Gladylophosaurus Bentley looks like she's feeling something.
Yeah, no, not allowed.
Thank you to Valleyling, $10 for a +1 to Cypher, and thank you to Natalie, $10 for Zach, +1.
Ooh, okay.
That brings us to either Alter or Luthera. Which one of you like to go first?
I'm gonna let you close it out, Alter. I know you got it.
Cool. Yep.
Yeah. Luthera hits the stage, and a chronologically appropriate rendition of "Oops" by Tweet starts playing, and it is partition lighting, purple backlight, pure black silhouette, and they just start slowly for about like 15 minutes unzipping themselves to where you can hear the individual clicks, just sort of edging the audience with the most mundane act they could possibly commit on stage, until they are just two pieces of fabric draped across the stage with teeth up. and they lay there for a minute.
Solid minute.
Yeah, it is that drag performance where they just lay face down on the stage. That part happens.
I will say that because he was here to begin with, spectral Jamaican Drake is sitting in a chair on the stage, kind of like Drake in that one Nicki Minaj video where like she dances on him. Yes. Even though you're not necessarily touching him, he is reacting as though you're doing this for him, just like on stage, and trying to enhance your performance. At the end of it, while you lie there, he spends a solid minute biting his fist.
Okay. We are gonna whip out one of the staffs of the zipper and try to knock him out if I can.
Okay.
That is the finale of the performance, is the audible slap of the Jamaican spirit of Drake.
I'm not gonna make you roll. He has no defenses. There is no defense that can be mounted for Jamaican Drake. Your teeth fly through the air. I don't care that he's spectral. You connect with his inner essence and he loses consciousness, falls to the ground, and partially disincorporates.
Amazing.
Go ahead. This feels like it might be a mind roll to me. But if that is a bad stat for you, you can roll something else. But if this feels like a mind game thing that you are playing with the audience, like you are mentally edging the audience.
I am, yes. I was trying to edge them for all time. Can I add zipper as a trait?
Please, absolutely. Add
beautiful. Okay, I got a 5.
A 5, okay. So that is a partial success. I would say people are cheering that you knocked out Jamaican Drake. He was, in as much as he was trying to enhance it, he was drawing way too much of the focus. And also people didn't quite understand what you were going for. I think it was a little bit too avant-garde, a little bit too cutting edge, or zipper's tooth edge, I guess, as the case may be. But people do clap. People do clap as, I guess, the stagehands come and sort of sweep you up and help you off the stage. Because since you're so open and exposed, they sort of come by, and if you're willing, they will. If you're interested in helping, they will sort of help you off the stage.
Yeah. They back bend up and zip themselves back up, and we leave the stage.
Yeah. Okay. The audience is puzzled, but people did drink a lot during that one, so they're pretty well lubricated.
It's all you, Walter. It's all you.
This is all on you, Walter. It all comes down to you. Actually, before you go, there must be another performance. A dinosaur that we have not seen yet. A rather tall specimen of his kind. This is a Pachycephalosaurus. A Pachycephalosaurus of the sort of hard-headed dinosaur. He walks up and with this beautiful baritone sings a song that I guess the lyrics kind of go Old Dino River. This beautiful, beautiful baritone fills the club as Pachycephalosaurus Robeson gives his performance. I'm going to go ahead and roll for him just to see how well he does. That is only 1-6, which means that Cheeks McCoy is currently in the lead. He's tied with the Crump. Alter. At this point, what you are playing for is the attention of Gladylophosaurus Bentley, who is zeroed in right now on Cheeks.
Yeah.
But you know that your side has won this competition one way or another.
I think I step up, and I think I've been toiling with whether or not I should do something in the style of the time. But I've settled on the fact that I need to wow everyone. So there is a soul mic in the center of the stage, spotlight immediately on me. I am up on the mic with a gloved hand, just one gloved hand. No, both of them are gloved, very daintily. And I am standing next to the mic, and I start saying, everybody's got a thing, but some don't know how to handle it. And I look over at Gladio, her butt. Anyways, and I start singing, and I'm gonna do like a very jazz, like a Harlem rendition of "Don't You Worry About a Thing" by Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
But I'm working the crowd. Okay, I am out in the crowd. I am pulling people's ties, like pulling people onto stage. I am interacting. The crowd work is happening. I am also trying to see if this is the first time I can steal something. So I'm using my wings to move around fluidly while trying to steal and singing Stevie Wonder.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
As you are sort of going around and dancing with everybody, go ahead and roll first of all, and we will see what your success is on this. How many successes that you have. But I mean, to an extent, no matter how well you perform, it's Stevie. Everybody dances. Even if Stevie Wonder hasn't existed yet, everyone gets up and is going for it. I'm going to improvise that Stevie Wonder's name is Suchomimus Wonder. His actual real name is Suchomimus Lind Morris, but he goes by Little Suchomimus Wonder. Some thousands of years from now, he will go by Suchomimus.
Of course.
Suchomimus Wonder.
Okay. I'm gonna roll. So, could we possibly call this a body roll?
Yes, absolutely.
As I'm just maneuvering this crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I was gonna use my divine tag, like aspect, and my steal aspect, if possible.
Okay, go for it. Yeah, you're trying to rob people. Yeah, please roll those. Yeah, roll those d6s.
Okay. All right. I've got 2 6s and a 5. Can I use one of my resolves to bump my 5 up to a 6?
You know what you steal? You know what you steal, Alter Jones?
I would love to know.
You steal Gladilophosaurus Bentley's heart with your routine, with your 3 6s. By the end of this performance, she is practically eating out of your hand. She has fully jumped in because if you've gotten the whole crowd involved. She is basically duetting with you. She started doing the Todo Tambien Chévere parts.
Yes!
Like, Todo Tambien Chévere! In like this sort of husky voice as everybody's just getting down. And it is wild right now. By the end of the song, there are so many people on the ice that you can almost hear it cracking. In fact, you can all feel it start to crack as this Megalodon is circling below. And before, like, the dinos are dancing so hard that before any of you are able to, those of you who are on the dance floor, are able to make it off, you straight down through the ice into this water with this huge shark that's swimming around. As you fall into the water, Gladilophosaurus looks directly into your eyes, Alter. And you can, even though you can't hear her, you can see in her eyes an invitation.
Yes. Definitely, if the lust is there, I'm there.
Yeah,
wow.
Her little dino lips pucker in as much as a dino lip can.
I'll kiss a dinosaur in front of Beyoncé for sure. Absolutely.
Beyoncé has swan dived in, swam down, and she pulls out of a pocket and hands you the hand thing that she wore from Single Ladies, and wordlessly swims away. And as you like lock lips with Gladilophosaurus Bentley, the rest of you hear, including you, hear echoing through the water, "Wow, what a performance!" As the voice of the Megalodon echoes through the water, and he says, "Well, I think you've earned the prize." Swims over and places a little tiara on your head, a tiara with a bright blue key in its center, and swims away. And the rest of the dinos are just jumping in and out of the pool, dancing, carousing, cheering, etc., etc., etc.
You don't see the tiara because it's on you, though, right?
No, but everybody else.
Okay, cool.
If any of you got onto stage and danced,
I just start sweating a lot.
Yeah. If any
Okay. It's okay, just do it.
It's just on your head. The rest of you see the blue, and anyone who else got on the stage can dive and try and grab it off of Alter's head if you want to.
The perfect place is on her.
Yeah, I'm never taking it off.
Yeah,
Okay.
where she can't say yep.
All of us, I feel like, not to speak for everyone else, but I know Cheeks has a face that's very like single brain cell, knows that they're not supposed to be making a face, but they're totally making a face like a.
Is it
at you.
ugly? Does it look bad?
Gorgeous. Not
Amazing.
at all.
I just
You don't
start
need to
reaching
see it,
for
though.
it.
No.
Honestly,
No.
You're perfect.
how you see it is how it is.
Yeah, it looks
All right,
delicious. It's
man.
great.
Amazing. Okay. I don't think I'm going to take it off anytime soon.
No, never do that.
As you all, like, as people start to climb up out of the pool, you see that Glad Officer Bentley looks at all of you and says, "Well, it looks like you all won the prize. You're gonna get to meet God Emperor Laplace Rex." And she sort of claps her dino hands, and there is like a whirring sound as everybody's like, oh, and they point over and say, "Look, it's the special teleporter. It's been activated." It appears that people who win this competition are essentially whisked away to meet God Emperor Laplace. It doesn't look like I would say just intuitively, you get the impression it might be because he doesn't want people to know where he is.
Huh.
But there is like a powering up teleporter that you all can jump onto to go meet him. You have 2 of the 3 keys.
Oh, he is the last one. I bring all my friends with me, and we hop on the teleporter.
Okay. All of you hop onto the teleporter. Gladolophosaurus Rex shouts out, "Call me!" And when I say that, I mean, yell my name out on the street. I don't even care if I can hear you. I just want people to know you're interested. You all climb up onto the teleporter, disappear, reappear in a room where it is like a beautiful ornate room, but my goodness, does it smell musty in here. There is a huge, and you see in this room as you stand here, there is a massive, as big as Babe Rex was, this guy seems even bigger, like uncomfortably big, almost mutated. And you see on top of his head a little crown and a weird dino beard that he has. And you hear, "Well, it appears that you have won the contest. I was watching you all on my surveillance screens throughout the city, and I must say, you all acquitted yourselves very, very well. In fact, too well. I require sustenance, and my favorite sustenance is talented sustenance." And he opens his mouth, and you see as God Emperor Laplace Rex, who bears a shocking resemblance to the diagrams of the dinosaur that you saw, the experimental dinosaur, that Neil deGrasse Tysson had been working on in the future, comes diving at you all.
Siren, protect me! And I just jump behind Siren and her gun wings.
Fine. You know what? It's time to be my Macross self and just animate it again.
As you
So
Everyone can contribute to this if they want to in some way, because this is a full-on Tyrannosaurus Rex who's charging it.
oh yeah. So I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time, if I can do that. And I think I've got 1 or 2 +1s. So it's gonna be a total of 5d6 that I got to roll last time because I used my divine, so I can use the wings.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5. I got 1 6, and then but add that. I'm gonna make. Can I make it an 8 for like a crit?
If you have 2 6s, then it's a crit.
Sadly, I do not. I only have 1 6.
Okay. Does anybody else want to
You can
contribute
have-
and add more?
You can
6s to
have
this?
my +1,
Ooh.
So
and
if
then
that's
you
the
have
case,
2 +1s.
Yeah. How do you?
that can
do you
make one of
clap
my
your-
3s.
You clap your hypersonic cheeks to do some concussive damage to
right.
Lost Rex as well. Awesome.
Yeah.
Does anybody else contribute anything? How did each of you help with this? Because that would be a crit, but the more you have, the better the damage. The more crits you have, the better the damage. So if the rest of you can come up with the ways that you would contribute, that will essentially add to the effect.
Crump is going to use her black centric combined with doing the backflips and just start performing the number that comes before Queen to Be in Coming to America.
Excellent. Go ahead and add another d6. We will say add another d6 and see if you're able to get a crit. And if you have any +1s, you can add those as well. If you still have any resolves, the crump that you'd like to add to that.
Oh,
Me or
perfect.
Crump?
The crump, if the crump has any additional d6s that they'd like to add to this additional, or sorry, not d6, but additional results that they can add to this additional d6.
Oh, yeah. So you do. Yeah, there is another. I did roll a 6, and then I will offer up. Yeah, I have 1 resolve left. I'll offer that up as well.
Awesome. So that's a triple crit. Are Luthera and Alter contributing to this, or are you just along for the ride at this point?
I think I do want to, if I can try to, speaking of being along for the ride, I want to use Freak Dance to try to ride the dinosaur.
Yes!
If possible.
Excellent. Do it. Freak dance all over this dino.
That's a fucking 6.
Nice.
Oh!
No?
That's 4. That's a quadruple crit. That's a quadruple crit. Okay. Alter, are you adding anything to this?
I'm trying to steal the key from this dino.
Amazing.
So I will add my steal tag to it.
Okay. Add your steal tag. That's going to be an additional d6.
Nice.
See if you get a success on that. It
Ooh.
may not matter because you're already rolling a quadruple crit.
Right. So I just add 1.
Yes, plus, but you do have at least, I think, 2 points of resolve, 2 or 3 points of resolve that you can add. I will just let you pour them all into this.
Yeah, let's do it because I rolled a 4. So let's get
okay.
it to a 6.
That boosts it to a 6. Okay, so a quintuple. That means because I feel like your wings are anime level weapons that basically deal lethal damage if they connect. I'm going to count this as a lethal level of damage, which is 6 times 5, which is 30. You deal 30 points of damage to this dinosaur. Please describe for me how God Emperor Laplace Rex, the super intelligent dino who traveled through time and seems to have altered history so completely. Describe for me how he perishes.
So you see him stagger from the slapping of the amazing cheeks. It's just like that's a stagger attack. Alter's got their licks in because you attacked with Alter.
Mm-hmm.
You attacked.
Oh, I
Hubert.
attacked with my wings. I'm so sorry. I think I'm not using my wings as weapons. I'm using them to help me get places. So I'm just ducking around to steal the key off of his body.
Got you. And then Crump, you attacked as well, right? So it's like one of those anime boss fights where it's like you just see like hit after hit after hit, and just like you hear like the unfortunate noises going oof, and eventually you just start seeing like slices just fall to the ground. We got dino steaks for dinner, y'all. And you just hear the little tink as you manage to steal that key away. And I'm like, by our powers combined, because we got the blue, the green, and the red.
Remarkable.
You all deal so much damage that you tear through the fabric of space and time, and you all achieve a moment of like apotheosis levels of knowledge, and you start to see the whole plot come together. You see Laplace, a small little dinosaur, experimented on yet super intelligent, escaping through time with a powerful laser, with a plan, traveling back 66 million years ago to fire a laser at an asteroid that is speeding towards Earth, not realizing that he has not destroyed the asteroid, but has merely sent it through time. Sent it through time to the year 1929, where in this new timeline, where the Earth is ruled by super intelligent dinosaurs, the asteroid now collides with the Earth, wiping out all life. All life, that is, except for the mutated drakes who fell off of the time treadmill before the asteroid ever hit. They are the only ones who land in the aftermath. And we're not sure how Drake did it, but life finds a way. And you see how this new timeline has created a future of drakes. As you realize this, as God Emperor Laplace is torn asunder, behind him a giant curtain is also torn apart, and there is a massive, you see the massive helix laser sitting there, still operational. You have all 3 of the keys. You realize, if you want to, you could send this asteroid through time. You could send it through time back to the past, so it hit when it was supposed to. Or if you wanted, you could send it even further into the future to preserve this new dino timeline. What do you decide?
Make it a tomorrow problem.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Danielle's a 20th century person, and in the 20th century, we make it the future's problem.
Mm-hmm.
How about that dino life, though?
Yeah.
It's quality.
I will say, I didn't get a
Yeah.
chance to say it yet, but in this world, the NAACP has been replaced with the NAACD, which is the National Association for the Advancement of, the National Advancement for the, in parentheses, self-acceptance of colorful dinos. This just encourages, because there was a lot of controversy in the dinosaur community once dinosaurs started to evolve more brightly colored feathers. Some dinosaurs felt like it was cooler when they were just scaly. But this encourages dinosaurs to accept themselves and embrace their colorful nature, which appears to have worked quite thoroughly. These, as I mentioned, these are some colorful dinos. And I will say this, those dinos were hanging out in Harlem, not because they had to, but because they felt like it. They liked hanging out there. This is the timeline in which dino racism simply does not exist. The dinos are much more accepting of each other. And because of the efforts of dinos like W.E.B. the Brontosaurus, more accepting of themselves. And so you stick the keys into the laser, turn them. Beyoncé steps forward, looks at all of you and says, "You're some of my favorite members of the Hive." Presses in the coordinates for another 66 million years into the future. The laser blasts out just as the asteroid is breaking through Earth's atmosphere, and it is gone. Everyone, I just need a very quick wrap up. What would each of you like to do going forward in this new dino timeline? You can remain in Dinosaur 1929, or you can travel forward to the now dino-centric paradox perfect future that you originally hailed from. We will go in order of whose name pops into my head first. Luthera, what do you do? Where do you go after this?
Luthera, I think, stays in that world. I think that's rad as hell, and just keeps working on their movement, and eventually kind of solidifies as the one zipper starts taking more burlesque classes. I think they just grow. They grow in Dino Harlem.
Beautiful. I will also say that for everybody, Beyoncé starts putting a plan into place and creates a prophecy so that when the other Drake monstrosities who had fallen off the treadmill appear through time, the dinos will be ready and they will know what to do with them. They use the example of the Drake who had his cultural appropriation literally smashed out of him, as they use that as a basis for what to do to these future Drakes. That was a beautiful example, Luthera. We are going to go over to Alter Jones. Alter, what do you do?
I think that I spend the rest of my days talking about. Can you say her name one more time?
Gladilophosaurus Bentley.
Gladilophosaurus. But in the way that old people talk about who they used to be in love with. I very much am just spreading as many rumors as I can, and just absolutely making it the talk of the town. But I'm in the future, so there's no way to confirm or deny these rumors.
Beautiful. So you go back to the future. You head back into your the future, which is now, I will say, Gnarly Noah and everybody else are no longer Drakes.
Yes.
They are now dinosaurs.
Yeah, I want there to be TikTok like deep dives on this person. Like I'm saying something and people are like doing TikTok deep dives on the person that I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Beautiful. Sheiks McCoy, where do you go after this? What does your future look like?
I go back to 2000 and I think I go back to 2016. No. We're gonna go back 4 years before that. We're gonna go back to 2012. And Cheeks is going to put themselves in a prime position to meet the first dinosaur president, the first, colorful dinosaur president. And I believe his name is maybe Brachiosaurus Obama. And she's going to try.
Obama is fantastic.
She's going to try and get in there. Yeah, renewed as president. Going to try to slip in there and have a beautiful threesome with him and his lovely wife. Hopefully go down in the history books as reviving the economy, doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to say that happens. You absolutely have a threesome with the Obamas, the dinosaur Obamas, the Dino Obamas. Okay, Siren, where do you go from here?
Siren goes into the future where basically she can become all machine, because this whole biological body thing is a joke. And she just is chilling. She gets a full robot body. She puts her consciousness in it. She ain't gotta sleep, eat, nothing, and she is just becomes a world-renowned content creating machine, literally.
Incredible. Do you look like a dinosaur? Are you a robot dinosaur, or do you stay human or angelic? I guess. Do you look like an angel dinosaur?
You know what? I have several different body shells. Some look more like a dinosaur, some look more angelic. And I've got one that, is kind of like I can't think of the right word, like a pterodon, but it's got wings.
Pteranodon?
Yes.
Yeah. I can picture what you're talking about. Incredible. You become a very famous content creator. You maybe even make some of the content that Alter Jones promotes, talking about the incredible Gladolophosaurus Bentley. And last but certainly not least, the Crump. Crump, where do you go from here?
So the Crump first initially, the Crump is interested in going back to the history of her people, and by people, I mean the people at the gathering. So she goes to 1999, 2000 era for the first gathering. And what she finds there is, even though everyone is dinosaurs, everyone is also still juggalos. And she finds that it isn't what the elders told her that it was. And she becomes very disappointed in her own history. And so instead, she decides to go back into the future and create an offshoot of the gathering, a new gathering, if you will, a new testament of a gathering, if you will, and where she leads more people who are less dependent on hatches and who maybe actually are taught things like how magnets work, and that isn't taught that it's the devil to know that.
Incredible. I feel like the insane Compsognathus party would be kind of a little bit of a letdown. This is a beautiful, beautiful, bright new dino-filled future that each of you have created. Give yourselves a round of applause. That is the end of our Paradox Perfect game. Thank you all so much for playing. I'm going to throw it back over to our incredible host, MC Candace.
Thank you. Let's go ahead and introduce ourselves, y'all. I want everybody to be able to hear about you, where they can find more of you, what you do for fun, because y'all have been so kind to donate your time tonight. Thank you so much to each of you. Let's start with Jeremy, and I guess I'll just call people out.
Cool. Hello, everybody. I'm Jeremy Cobb. Pronouns he, him. You can find me on Twitter at Jeremy Cobb1. This Cobb with 2 B's the number 1. You can find me on Instagram at the Cobbmeister, and you can find me here on Twitch, twitch.tv/casualquestlive, where I stream video games, mostly that I have never played, because I am, in fact, very much a gaming casual, and I'm trying to become much more of a gamer. And also, you can hear me on the show 3 Black Halflings. I'm co-host and resident GM for that show. We got actually some really, really cool stuff coming out in the next few weeks, including next week, part 1 of a Pride Monster Hearts game, GM'd by our own Olivia Kennedy. I'm playing. The other players include Connie Chong and C. Thomas. It's going to be a blast. We actually just recorded it today. It's going to be incredible. But yeah, I thank you so much for everybody to come. This was great. I had so much fun. I'm very, very excited and very pleased. I'm going to throw it back to you, Candace. Once again, thank you.
Of course. Thank you. Next up, we have Danielle.
Oh, maybe show me the thing. Okay. Hey, yeah. So you can find me, Danielle Radford, on basically all of the socials. Sometimes there's an underscore, sometimes not. Depends on how quick I was. If you're looking for anything, I'm not sure. I know I did an episode of Thousand Dares on Dropout. If you subscribe to Dropout, I'm not sure when that comes up, but it's probably, I would guess, in the next like month and a half. And there's also a bunch of other stuff on there. And if you like wrestling, check out my wrestling podcast, Tights and Fights, on the Max Fun Network.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lexi. You muted.
Did y'all watch me go right into it? Oof.
Yeah, you were
ready. You were ready
I was
to go.
ready. My name's Lexi, otherwise known as @BlackGirlMage. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram. Nope, not Instagram, but everywhere on the internet as @BlackGirlMage, where I am running games. I am talking about many hyperfixations that I have and asking the real questions, such as, why was there no Cheetah Girls 4? And you know what? That's what I'm pondering this week. Other than that, I have a talkback happening tomorrow for a show I was in, an Over the Garden Wall themed show called Beyond the Brook. That's going to be happening tomorrow. So you can check socials for that. And we're doing little charity streams for Palestine on Mondays, where I do everything from reading the Golden Compass in silly little voices to drawing people's D&D characters. So yeah, that's me.
Thank you. Next up, Tanya Cypher.
Hello. Cypher here everywhere. CYPHROFTYR, she, her pronouns. I'm basically, my day job is now making a game. It's in my Twitter bio. Please don't ask me about it. I will have to ban you. Streaming tomorrow, and I think Monday I'm doing a Juneteenth / Black Pride raid train on Monday the 24th. And speaking of Jeremy, I'm a guest at Worldcon in Glasgow in August. I'm getting to run D&D for 3 Black Halflings and Samantha Bayard, who's the voice of Karlak in Baldur's Gate 3. What else? Yeah, I basically have BG3 brain rot until we get Dragon Age Veilguard. And yeah, doing what I can, just hanging out on the internet.
Last but not least, Zach.
Hello, my name is Zach. They, she, you can find me everywhere it matters at Zach the Drak, ZAKTHEDRAK. I am an artist. I have commissions opening in a month. You can also find me playing horror games and crying with my friends over at Mayday Roleplay. We are starting Vegas by Night in a few weeks, so that's going to be fun. But otherwise, yeah, that's it.
Yay! Okay, that leaves me. I'm Candace, also known as Candace the Magnificent. You can find me at the Candace Marie on Twitter and Blue Sky, at Candace the Magnificent, pretty much everywhere else. Every other Saturday, you can see me on Matihi's channel doing What We Do in the Shallows, which is an original 5e horror pirate campaign based on Our Flag Means Death. You can see me over at 12-Sided Stories doing the Candlestick Crimes, which is a new podcast. You can hear me on Bloom and Blight, wherever you catch your pods, and the upcoming frequencies with the Atomless crew. There's more. If you want to look me up, please do. Thank you so much for everybody that has been here tonight, for my just like I'm over the moon. My wonderful GM, my wonderful players, y'all have been just fantastic. This is probably one of the best games I've ever played. Super fun. Thank you so much to Kay and David at Chaotic Wholesome for producing and for doing all the behind the scenes work with Tiltify. Thank you for everyone who donated tonight and everybody who liked and retweeted. I really appreciate your support. Please come on back tomorrow, where I will be DMing some Monster Hearts for just an outstanding table of individuals. And next Thursday, we'll have Robin and Super Dylan and Youngles and Q and just Dare Hickman. Like, we're gonna have just it's an embarrassment of riches, really, for who we have next Thursday to take us out for this month of fantastic Pride and Juneteenth events. Thank you to our sponsors for all the giveaways, which we will be drawing the final giveaway in just a moment for Die Hard Dice, a $50 gift card. And yeah, if you guys want to support us, if you have a chance to do so, Chaotic Wholesome has a new Patreon. There's also a merch store, so there'll be a Juneteenth shirt probably tomorrow in there that says Joy on the front of it. It's like a symbolic of Black Joy. There is really nice Pride merchandise in there as well, if you're interested in that kind of thing. Let's see who has one. Much appreciation for all y'all to just kind of stick around and stay for this wonderful, wonderful table. I really appreciate it a lot. Who is the winner? Who's gonna get it? I'm ridiculously big into dinosaurs, so I'm gonna be thinking about this one for a long time. Coming up with dinosaur puns late into the night. Oh, thank you, Cypher, for suggesting DJ Knight. Oh my goodness, Moss Flowerwood, you have won a $50 gift card to Die Hard Dice.
Moss
Congratulations!
Flower!
Thank you so much for being here, everybody. This has been wonderful. We are going to raid to Kay, our ever watchful individual, and to David, who is behind the scenes right now. DJ Knight is somebody that Cypher has offered up as someone we can raid. Stick around, guys, if you want to come with us over there. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow, and Free Palestine. Thank you so much.